squash any crap. Crap.
People come to us because we don't sell them on anything.
They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door.
Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
And I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing.
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, Sam Beard. It is Friday, the last Friday of January. Not quite as chilly this morning. Let's have ourselves a day. Let's have a Friday. Let's talk some sports. What's up, Cody?
Can you turn me up a little bit? Okay. Good morning, John. Hello. For some reason, there we go. That's good. It's good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Yeah.
You forget your line?
I'm left at a loss for, what do I call it? A loss for words. After I saw Bubba walk in just now, and he reminded me very much of my African studies professor from college with his robe.
Is this what you were talking to me about yesterday, Bubba? Or was that Sam? You're talking about our Iraqi sweaters? Did I make that up?
No, I was telling you about that.
Oh, okay.
The Afghans.
Okay.
How you have they have holes in them. Crocheted. They're very nice. They keep you warm. They keep you nice and warm. But Bubba just reminded me of my. I've told you about my guy before over there, Dr. Saul, Amadou Saul. He was the one that always criticized me for being late. Cody, you are late. He's a great guy. I assume he's still over there, but Bubba's robe remind me of it. But anyway, I don't know if that's a robe, Bubba. I was just, but I like it. It's a good look for the record. So, hello. Good morning to the freaks, all the things. Welcome to America.
Happy Friday. Sam, you good over there?
I'm all right.
What's the matter?
Half funny, half embarrassing start to the morning.
Okay.
Slipped out of the shower coming out this morning.
You did what in the shower?
Slipped out of the shower. Almost ripped the the towel rod that, I'm hanging my towel on out of the wall just to try and gain some traction again.
Well, the good news is whenever I'm picturing you slippery, wet, and naked, and you say you almost ripped something, I feel like the towel rack off the wall is probably pretty okay because my mind went to worse places. Like, oh no, what'd Sam almost rip? Towel rack, oh, okay, that's fun. It is tough to fall out of the shower.
Yeah, I felt like an old man.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you some of those, those shoes that have the little suction cups on the bottom, for old people. I'm going to get you a pair of those.
One of those mats that I can put down. That is like a slip
resistant. Oh, my God. That is the nastiest thing ever. Have you ever been in a shower that has one of those mats?
Yeah.
And I immediately leave. Yeah. I don't shower if it's got one of those mats.
You got to clean that thing weekly.
Now you can put a towel and hang it over the side and start using that to kind of dry your feet off.
Maybe.
I got people in my life that do that. Just kind of put a dry towel and kind of fold it and put it over the half. And, when you get done, I guess you can put your foot up on it and kind of have some traction.
Mm-hmm. He's talking about those mats on the, you know what I'm talking
about?
Yeah,
those are gross.
On the tub, on the bottom.
Gross. Yeah, those are gross.
So disgusting.
But I was saying you could do sort of a mat and put it on the side to help gain some traction.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to trust that I don't fall again.
Okay.
Maybe just wear boots next time.
Okay.
Just
You could just be better. So
Yeah.
did you go all the way down? Like, did you fall?
I hit my knee pretty good.
Head was able to stay off the
Head
ground?
was all right. It was
Okay.
more like elbow, knee, and then just ripping the towel rod out of the wall just a little bit. But it's still hanging, so it was good.
Yeah. That's quite a scene. I ripped the whole toilet out one time when I fell in the bathroom. So it's not, it could be worse. I was drunk. Were you drunk?
I was not drunk this morning.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it sobered you up after the fall. Who knows? Maybe you wake up at 4:30 and hit the bottle. Some people do.
Other than that, can't complain.
Bubba, you good over there this morning?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short and sweet. Just like you.
Thank you.
What are you wearing over there?
This is a poncho with a kind of tragic story.
Oh, okay.
So, one insert amount of years ago, my friends and I, did a little Friendsmas gift exchange. At the time, I was going through a little, rough breakup area. So, I just started buying, gifts that I thought were interesting and funny. One of these was this poncho. Another one was like a photograph of me. But the guy who ended up getting this poncho just never properly, wore it or used it or took care of it. And then he's like, "Hey, do you want this poncho back?" I was like, "I absolutely do." And it's now back in my possession years later.
Where's the sad part? I thought you were going to tell me the guy died.
Yeah.
The sad part is that he had it and then he just didn't use it.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me that, because I was going to feel bad for commenting on it if you said, "Yeah, my friend got me this and he died last year and it's what I have to remember him by."
I hope he doesn't.
Hope not. It's never good when your friend dies.
I'd imagine not, no.
No, it's not good. I never actually had a friend die. I've known a lot of people who've died, as all of us have known people who've died, but I never had like a real friend die, Acquaintances, associates and such, but not like a real true friend.
Are you familiar with the song "This Cowboy's Hat" by Chris Ledoux?
No, but that sounds exactly like a Chris Ledoux title.
Basically, he goes into a bar wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And people are, kind of making fun of him, calling him Tex. And essentially, he's like telling these sad stories about where the hat comes from. And that's kind of like Bubba's Shaw there. If he had gotten it off of his dead hombre or something, if he had gotten it off of his friends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Deep meaning.
Like don't touch it. This was given to me by my dead friend. And I love it. And I'll die over this hat, buddy.
Oh. You ever hear the one called "Ice Cold Long Neck Beer Never Broke My Heart"?
I don't think that's Chris Ledoux. Do you you okay?
What do you mean?
You got a little bit of an eye twitch going on there.
I got a situation with this right eye.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing struggle with this right eye,
That's the first time I've seen it look rough.
Yeah,
Is that the one you have styes in from time to time?
I don't know what that means, but I have problems with it, yeah. Yeah, I sleep on it.
If you need me to blow in it or spit in it later, let me know.
Excuse me?
So Bubba's good, Sam's good. Anything interesting last night? I did nothing. I watched The Traitors. Great show. I love it so much that I've started watching the UK version of it to catch up. I've just been running through all these old seasons. Great show. Watched it. Watched the Hawks get their ass kicked. That was a tough one. Just players were out back-to-back. Rockets killed us. Watched an absolute phenomenal basketball game, though. Charlotte versus Dallas. That was great. That was a good time to have NBA League Pass. Watching Con Knipple and Cooper Flagg go blow for blow. That was a really fun game. I think Cooper Flagg ended up with like 45. Knipple ended up, I think, with like 34, 36, but he hit the game. He made the game-winning play.
Wouldn't it just be Nipple?
He goes by Knipple.
I bet he does.
It's kind of the opposite.
Because he doesn't want to be called Nipple.
Well, it's kind of the opposite of what you're talking about with Dalton Connect. Like
Well, no, it's the same.
Right, but you wanted
nipple connect. But
right.
when there's the K and the N together, I've been saying this forever. We live in a town called what? Knoxville? No, Knoxville. We have a whole rejoin on this. Remember when Cam said
Sure.
the word knickers?
Yeah.
Be careful.
With a K-N, right? Yeah. Knocking, knight, a knight in shining armor. So it's nipple. He's just saying nipple because he doesn't want people to call him nipple.
It's his name. He can do whatever he wants with it.
Con nipple.
You can pronounce it however you want. His people got together and they said they did not want to be nipple. They want to be nipple.
I'm sure they did get together and say that. Well, and what's stupider, con or the nipple part?
He has like 6 brothers, and they're all K's too.
Yeah.
It's like Kager,
Ku, Klux, Klan.
I had a coworker.
These whites.
I had a coworker who was dressed up as one of those figures in a Gene Hackman movie, The Chamber.
Dressed up as what figure?
A Clue.
Oh, a Klan member?
Yeah.
In a Gene Hackman movie?
Yep.
Yeah, he died recently.
He
Gene
did.
Hackman. He's a great actor. Didn't he die? Yeah, I think he did.
One of Bob's favorite actors.
Bob's favorite actor?
One of, yeah.
I mean, didn't he have a sad death? Didn't they find him and his?
Yeah, him and his wife. Not as sad as Rob Reiner's, but still pretty sad.
Yeah, him and his wife and the dogs were dead, and there was like carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah.
Did they ever find out that was accidental?
No, it wasn't accidental.
I don't think you know.
There was a guy on the loose.
No, I don't even mean that. That's been Gene and his wife was tired of being around the dogs. Like, let's just go. That's what I was worried about. But no, great game. And I got to say, white American basketball players kind of back. Watching Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple fired me up. Like, these boys got a chance to be the best white American basketball players we've had since Larry Bird. That's where I'm at right now.
It's kind of a sick recruiting tape for Duke basketball. Just like, hey, here's basically like a 50-point night and 30 plus.
It was awesome. I mean, like I liked it, and it did make me mad because I remember losing a bunch of money on them versus Houston.
Mm-hmm. Same.
And I'm like, you had both these guys on here. You should have won that game, John Shire. How did you lose this? But no, Cooper Flagg, and him, they're going to be 1 and 2 in the Rookie of the Year voting, depending on who wins. I say Flagg will get it. He's the favorite right now. But Knipple's a baller, man. He's good. Like I said, I think they are ready to bring white American basketball players back, and I'm ready to say both of them have a chance to be the best white player since Larry Bird. Good for them.
They both have the best chance to be since
Larry
Both of
Bird? Them. Yes, those would be 1 and 2.
Since Larry Bird.
Since Larry Bird. You can't even name many white American basketball players since then.
Sure I can.
Who?
Steph Curry.
Not white.
Pretty white.
Kevin Love. Kevin Love's maybe.
Yeah.
Kevin Love and Gordon Hayward, I guess, would probably have the mantle, but Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple are coming.
The guy that played with Kobe, Gasol.
He's not American.
Okay. Ginobili.
Sound it out and get back to me on whether or not you think he's American.
Manu Ginobili.
Yeah.
Tony Parker. He's pretty white.
He's black and French.
Okay. Well, there was that guy on the Rockets. What was his name? Clint Capella.
Not white. Not American.
Not white.
Yeah.
It sounds like a white name, doesn't it? It kind of sounds like a country star. It's like if a country star mated with an opera singer, Clint Capella. You get it? It's like, yeah. Okay.
But no, that was a fun game. So I was locked into that. But that was my sports night. I don't know how much more people want to hear about it, but it was good. I gotta say, the Charlotte Hornets playing pretty well. Got some pieces. Good for Grant Williams.
Steve Kerr.
I mean, yeah, he was a white American basketball player, but he wasn't anything special. Both these guys have they're already kind of better than Steve Kerr was.
Yeah. I mean, after a certain point in time, like Jokic and guys like that would get citizenship, wouldn't they?
I don't know the rules.
Yeah, I don't either.
They're good, though. Cooper Flagg living up to the hype.
That's good to see. We need a good American basketball player.
I need to text my brother about that. He's got that card. I was trying to tell him, like, hey, Cooper Flagg's got a pretty good chance of being like a top 5 player in the league, pretty soon, and just kind of having that run. He's like, will he be better than Steph Curry? I was like, that's gonna be tough to be better than Steph Curry, but I mean, like, he did win like 4 championships and is a top 10 player of all time. It's gonna be tough for him to be that, but
maybe he should save it.
Has he gotten this card graded?
Well, that was the thing, is he had an offer to sell it for $1,600 without even getting it graded, is what he says. He got in a $30 pack in a vending machine, and he says he can sell it now for $1,600. Now, if he goes and gets it graded and it grades good,
does he know what the price is if it gets graded and it's not?
He knows. Like I mean, I didn't get into all that with him, but yeah, I mean, he's got like an app, and you can put all this stuff in there, and they're pretty sophisticated with it.
I'll give him 1,000 cash right now.
I'll text him and let him know. We'll come back. We'll talk some sports. We'll get Cody's story of the day. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
The voluntary reaction.
Can't get enough Tennessee basketball? Join Fan Run Radio as soon as every UT game is over for Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all. The voluntary reaction. We'll be taking your calls on the Vols as soon as every game is over. So tune in and buckle up as we drink from the keg of glory all the way to the Final Four.
The voluntary reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet. I'm curious, is that any good?
Hell yeah, it's good.
Yeah?
It's a fried chicken breast.
Well,
it's chicken.
I got the boys breakfast, and I was like, Cody's not eating biscuits right now, but they do have the option to just take the bread off and just give you a piece of chicken.
From over here, it kind of looks like you're just eating a really large ravioli.
I could see it.
It's actually extremely good.
Okay, good.
Now, that side doesn't look as good. This side looks better, but it tastes phenomenal.
Fairly
It's
priced
chicken.
too. Fairly priced too, as far as I'm concerned.
You remember that kid in the video? It's
Yeah.
chicken.
Yeah.
It's fried chicken.
Yeah.
You do?
The one that loves like his chicken nuggets, or no? Am I thinking of somebody different?
I don't know. He's like a Midwest kid, and he's like, I had it in the This Guy Eats rejoin.
The parent swap kid?
No, he's
not that kid.
It was like a viral video, like years ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I know who you're talking about now. I was thinking of the little fat kid in the parent swap. You ever seen that one where they switch families, and this kid loved chicken nuggets and eating food, and then they take his mom out and bring a mom in that is trying to make him be healthy, and he gets mad. It's basically like, chicken nuggets are my family. I love chicken nuggets. That's all I eat. Yada yada yada.
Is this the video where like she's throwing away the canned cheese or whatever, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
I don't know if
Did he
it's
like
that.
pack up a suitcase and just like walk to the end of his driveway?
He's leaving.
Yeah,
he moves out. I don't know about the cup of cheese, but yeah, that's the little fat kid I'm thinking of.
Was that, what'd you say? It's wife swap?
Parent swap or family swap, house swap. I don't know what it's called. Something about swapping.
What an odd
Oh,
concept.
crazy lady wants us to eat healthy. I can't do this no more.
Yeah, exactly. That's who it was. Chicken nuggets are my family, I believe, is the meme that comes out of it. But
Cody's guy looks like Jokic.
Cody's
Yeah,
guy.
this
he
kid,
does.
he's wearing like a coat.
Yeah.
It's cold weather. He's doing an interview with the TV news. I don't know why they're interviewing him, but he's like,
They're in line. They're in line for like get like a new restaurant,
yeah,
right?
okay.
I think.
Yeah, like a new. Yeah, okay.
I want to say they're in line maybe for like
It's
a new
chicken.
Chick-fil-A or new Gus's or something.
It's fried chicken. Yeah. I'm here in the freezing cold for the free chicken sandwiches. So anyway, what a time to be alive. Huh?
We'll talk some Tennessee basketball throughout the show. 9 a.m. Stats by Will. Will Warren is going to come on, talk about the recent win streak and look ahead to what we can expect from the Auburn game. What's your level of excitement for the Auburn game, Cody?
Oh, I'm a 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Let's not talk about the Lady Vols.
Oh, my God. You tried to give them a shout out yesterday, and look how they repaid you.
Undefeated in conference play. That fell flat on its face.
They got murked.
Yeah, and they got UConn next, too. So I hope they play better. As Kim Caldwell said last night, if we play like we did tonight against UConn, we'll lose by 100. So,
you know, UConn's licking their chops too.
After what happened last year.
Yeah.
That's cool that we beat them last year.
Yeah, it is.
Well, are we their last loss?
I believe we are. Right? Have they lost this year yet, Sam? I don't think they have.
No, they're just blowing through everybody.
Yeah, they're 22-0. They're back to kind of returning
22-0.
22-0.
I like how that sounds. I've never heard that.
They're back to kind of running the sport. They lost to us on February 6th to drop them to 21-3, and then they did not lose again.
They won out. Yeah, they're probably excited for the opportunity for vengeance.
It's kind of weird watching them flip that switch last year too, because I mean they didn't look like that great of a team, and then we beat them, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a nice UConn team, but not championship worthy.
I guess we woke them up.
And then like 2 weeks later, I remember they beat South Carolina on the road by 30. They killed them, and you're like, oh, okay, never mind. And then Paige Beckers went on and did her thing.
Well, apparently they're absolutely dominant again this year. I don't know who their WNBA star is now, but they're just mowing through everybody. Classic Gino.
Well, good news is the Lady Vols, they get them. So, win streak over. The Lady Vols were on a nice, I want to say 7-game win streak since they had gotten blown out by Louisville around Christmas. They had started winning.
Yeah, apparently they played very poorly last night from what I heard. I mean, that would be reflected in the final score, but, it was not a usual performance.
I was giving Kim Caldwell credit for being flexible and not playing, just one style. And then I think she came out and ran that one into the ground, was back trying to do the 5 in, 5 out, and was trying to play that way, and it did not work. They got killed. I didn't watch a second of it, though. I was watching Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple. future of the league. Yeah, that's what I was doing. So you said 10 out of 10. That feels high. I don't feel like that's genuine. But I hope people are fired up for it. Sam, what are you? What are you when you look at this Auburn game on Saturday?
Solid 8.5, I'd say.
You going to try to go to it or no?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So if I was a 10 out of 10, I'd be going.
If you're a 10 out of 10, you would either be going or trying to go. Maybe if it's a 10 out of 10 and it's like a $400 ticket, you might not pay that. But I'd imagine you can get in pretty affordably.
I never know how to answer this question because I watch all of our games. But I don't know if I'm never just sitting there eagerly anticipating a game, really. I'm just like, what time does it start? Oh, 2 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, great. I'll be there. I don't know how to answer that.
Because you can get in for as cheap as, like $18 right now, $20.
Yeah, it's not courtside, though.
So if you were 10 out of 10, yeah, you'd be pretty.
Yeah.
You'd be there. Although, yeah, once you set courtside, I imagine it's going to be tough to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's hard to go back to the nosebleeds.
It's like I was talking about, once you go to a brothel, you don't really care to go back to a strip club. It's kind of the same thing with this.
Sure.
Once you sit courtside, it's like, what am I going to pay for that 300 level and climb that damn stairway to heaven?
You're not even watching the game. You're just staring at everybody courtside, wondering what they're doing.
Right.
Somebody's getting up. You think, are they going to get some more food?
Yeah, that's where I was at. Yeah, I bet they're going back to the buffet.
Oh, God.
Yeah, those 300 levels in Thompson Bowling always scare me. They're
steep, man.
So steep.
They're steep. Yeah. What about you, Bubba? Where are you at? We got a 10 out of 10 liar. We got an 8.5, I believe, Sam.
I'd give myself like a 7.8.
Okay.
I plan on going to the game.
Okay. You'll be in the building carrying the fight. I'm excited to see what the crowd looks like. I will not be in the building. I will not be carrying the fight because I'm going out of town. But if I was in town, there's like a 60% chance I'd try to go.
Oh, yeah. You're going to Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm going to
flying?
Georgia. Yeah, my flight.
You're flying down there?
Yeah, just up and down. Just. Yep.
That's a short flight.
Yeah.
That's just.
What even is that?
Like about 40 minutes
I was
at
going to
most.
say, like, less than an hour.
Oh, yeah. You just go up. You never had to fly to Atlanta before?
No.
Well, I mean, I fly to Atlanta a lot because
like a 3-hour drive. Why would I fly that?
Because, Sam, if you fly somewhere, a lot of times they'll take you from Knoxville to Atlanta because it's a bigger airport.
And
then you go to a bigger plane to go.
I've still never flown out of Knoxville, actually, in all my years living here.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you drive to Atlanta, how are you going to enjoy the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport? Like you're not just going to drive down there and park.
I do like that airport. That's a good airport.
It's a good airport,
especially if you're a lounge boy like me. They got a lot of.
Well, you have different perks than the rest.
Yeah,
of
they got nice lounges all over the place down there in Atlanta.
It's courtside at the airport,
basically.
Yeah.
I fly Delta, and they take me into Atlanta, and they roll the red carpet out. That is a good feeling.
How many air miles you got?
I mean, not a lot currently. I got a nice chunk. I mean, maybe a lot to some people, but not a lot to people that are real flyers. I'm not a real flyer.
Yeah,
there's some people that fly all the time. I'm not that. I fly maybe twice a year. But I do use a credit card to get points. If anybody needs a referral link, let me know. We can both get some action there.
Okay. What is it?
Just let me know. Well, I just got to send you a link. Then you apply through mine. Then we both get a kickback. So it's nice. So if anybody is in the market for the Delta Amex, just holler at me. Just a little pub for me.
Can I get one?
I don't know if they'll approve you. And I think it hurts my credit if you try to apply and they're like, you're friends with this guy. So I would rather not give you the link.
They're not going to say that to you.
They might.
They're not going to say you're friends with this guy.
They might. They might not say it, but they'd think it. But then they would see that you're bettering your life. They're like, hey, that's the guy that ate just a chicken patty for breakfast. No biscuit, nothing. Coffee and chicken patty. It looked pretty good.
It was good.
Now,
I only had one bite because we're still on the air and I have a Zen in. But
I'm going to imagine it wasn't very filling, so maybe 2 of them. But I think it was like $1.50. You get 2 of them, $3.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
It was a really nice gesture by you. I will say, technically,
it's an expensive gesture. I gotta say, it's starting to add up. Getting you guys breakfast on Fridays. I will say that.
Well, technically, I'm not supposed to have fried chicken.
Oh,
but I will make an exception because it's a gift.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I appreciate it. But it is fried. This is my first fried food I've had in some while.
Oh, I hope I don't knock you off the wagon. I was
Well, I've been thinking about
no.
No. Hear me out. You got because you can't. I mean, I'm not gonna do this no carbs every single day for the rest of my life. At a certain point, they say it's a good idea to purposely go off the wagon for a meal or two to like they call it carb loading.
Yeah, sure. Just make it to Sunday, not this Sunday, but Super Bowl Sunday. Then just eat whatever you want on Super Bowl Sunday. That could be your big treat.
Well, I've made it a week.
Yeah,
and
keep going.
I feel like I've kind of tamed the beast because the cravings. That's always the hardest part for me.
I didn't mean to knock you off the wagon with the fried food.
No, we're good. We're good.
I'm real into basketball. Football is kind of creeping out, especially, on weekends when VolQuest puts out their big the big war room and trying to give you updates. I got to be honest, the updates about like the strength coach. I like the strength coach. I don't need to hear every time somebody's like, "Oh man, I'm sore." Oh man, we're working out really hard. I'm so sore now. I don't need those updates all the time with Owings. I'm good. Do your job. Players get stronger, get in better shape. We'll check back in maybe now in practice if you guys look a little faster. Okay, sure, but like really, I'll check back in August to see how you look. I don't need updates about your protein intake and all that.
Hopefully, they're doing a lot of bench press down there. Bench press, squat, deadlift, maybe some incline bench.
What is it? The clean? Those called
power clean.
Power clean. Yeah, I think you need some of those for athleticism. Those would be good.
Yeah, that's good for your quick twitch motion.
But I will say Austin Price came out and said that he thought there was a 45% chance that Faison Brandon is your starting quarterback.
Who said this?
Austin Price.
Okay.
Which, take it for what it's worth. He's going, said on a podcast in early January before they really get out there on the practice field at all. But it does make me think that we're going to be in for a quarterback competition, like an actual battle, that it's not just Georgia's throne just yet. And that got me excited. So like I am interested in the quarterback battle all off season. So maybe if I'm looking at the strength coach updates, just show me the quarterbacks. I'll check it on the linemen, the wide receivers later on, but like show me the quarterbacks and how they progress. Oh, look at those boys. Those boys are strong. Like you can show me that. Oh, wow, George McIntyre put on 10 pounds. That's great.
Well, you don't really want your quarterback to look like a muscle hamster, do you?
No, but you don't want him to look like a string bean either.
Well, yeah, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
I suppose. I just hope they're taking all the right supplements and getting their vitamins and everything too.
Saying their prayers.
Yeah, all that stuff's just as important as the weightlifting. Proper nutrition and whatnot.
Which they did flip stuff over now. Like, I mean, they are taking it more seriously, it seems like. I think a big part of getting Owings over here was promising him that he basically gets his own nutritionist, which is not what they were doing beforehand. They kind of had people doing all the sports. But he's got like his own personal one that is taking care of pretty much just the football team, which I thought was an interesting kind of change. I would have thought that's how we were already kind of handling stuff, but basically he got to basically bring his own person over. I think it was that girl from Kansas that he brought over is basically his right-hand man that's going to be taking care of the football plans.
Right-hand woman?
Right-hand woman, right-hand man. I didn't know if it was worse to say right-hand woman or right-hand man. I don't know. Because I've noticed a real movement when I watch these Instagram reels and TikToks. None of the current actresses are saying actresses anymore. They're just calling themselves actors.
No.
The term actress has kind of died. Or at least they're trying to kill it. Like they're referring to themselves just as actors. Which I find to be, somewhat new, interesting. I think they kind of do the same thing with waitress. I think they're just kind of going with waiter or server. They're kind of getting rid of the is of it all.
Does a mistress become mister?
That'd be tough trying to explain.
This
to your
is
friends.
my mister.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, honey. She came on to me first.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to step out on our marriage, but every now and then you take a mister.
And then we got baseball. Baseball first pitch. just what? I mean, a week and a half away.
First
Sam, you're
pitch
shaking
for what?
Sam, you're shaking your head yes on that. Are you pretty fired up for the baseball team?
I'm real fired up for baseball this year.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Have you find yourself more excited than you would have been had it been Vitello in 2026? I know it's hard to say.
Yeah,
but like
I was going to say, it's hard to say, but yeah, I do feel like that just because, like, not that it was getting stale with Vitello, but, like, I don't know, you had some staying power kind of at the top and you kind of knew what you were expecting. I think it's fun now to kind of – I think this team's going to probably get back kind of to maybe the underdog mentality that Tennessee baseball had their first few years with Vitello. And
yeah,
I'm just kind of interested to see how Elander kind of takes all that.
Yeah, I won't say I'm more excited for baseball because of that, but I find myself more interested in the beginning of the season. Like with Vitello, at this point, you knew what you had. You knew you had a stud. You knew you had a team that was going to be really good by the time SEC play rolled around, and you kind of knew that you were going to kick people's ass in the non-conference. That's what we always did. Now, I don't think that's necessarily going to change, but like Nichols on February 13th, 2 weeks from now on Friday, I expect to kick their ass, but it'll feel a little new. It'll be at least a little bit more interesting of an ass kicking. Only 2 weeks away, though. It's kind of crazy.
We play Nichols because they got rid of pennies.
They did get rid of pennies.
There's a little added pressure.
Go ahead, Bubba.
There's a little added pressure for that, though, because of the stadium and renovations and such.
I mean, I think there's added – I don't think the stadium and renovations add any pressure as much as just, hey, you're a head coach for the first time and you're not Tony Vitello. You better win. Because Tony Vitello, I mean, I don't think he ever really dropped any of these non-conference games, right? I mean, in terms of we lost some midweek games from time to time. Don't get me wrong, but like not like in the first like 4
weeks. One of them
weeks.
doesn't count in my mind.
Wooden bats.
Yeah, the ETSU wooden bat.
Tennessee Tech. Yeah, same thing. No, it's not.
We lost ETSU last year.
One of them's in Cookeville. The other one's up in Tri-Cities.
We lost ETSU, but it was like in the middle of the season, right? Like it.
I think that was our first loss of the year.
Okay. But like these first like 4 weekend series where you just kind of have overmatched teams, like we don't drop any of those, and we usually run, roll, and kick ass is what I was getting at. I know it wasn't perfect against those non-conference teams, but it usually was like, hey, we're in SEC play, we're kind of saving people. Oh, they snuck up and got us type of thing.
The new coach does have a chance to, if once we get into conference play, he's got a chance to kind of make a statement as far as that we're back to being that we're still more than what am I looking for here? Because we lost quite a few series last year. We dropped a lot of our SEC series, and so if he can win a higher number of the SEC series, I feel like the bar is not set too high coming off of last year at least. Like at least you're not coming off the national championship, So I think he'll have a little bit of grace and a little bit of like, oh, this guy's got it. We're winning series again.
Well, I do think that it ties into what I've been saying about the basketball team and getting people fired up and getting the casuals fired up. I do think baseball needs to be really great to get the casuals fired up. And if you're Elander, maybe you got a chance to grab people early. Maybe. But you damn sure got a chance to lose them early. Like if you come out and you struggle a little bit. But yes, Sam, you're right. That was our first loss. March 18th, though. So you'd already you came off of a pretty nice sweep against top 10 Florida. You felt good. And then, you turn around and lost to ETSU. And then went down and lost your first game against Alabama. And you're like, what the hell's happening here? But then you won 2 out of the next 3. Or you won the next 2 games against Alabama.
Kind of think this team's just a little bit more well-rounded this year, too.
The baseball team?
Yeah. I like what we've got on our pitching staff this year.
I'd like them if they can stay healthy. If the pitching staff can like get out there and actually be in the roles they need to be in. So yeah, I mean we got these basketball games twice a week. You look forward to them, and you start trying to piece together some other stuff. Football, that ain't going to be very interesting outside the Joey Aguilar case and trying to get an update on him. But other than that, you just kind of keep an eye on them, and hopefully the baseball team can be good, and we take care of business against Auburn. We'll dive into that game next. Like I said, Will Warren, top of the hour. He'll come on, talk some more about it, look at what Auburn has, preview them, Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
At Knoxville Smiles, we're bringing the future of modern dental care to East Tennessee today. All of the scraping and polishing with the gritty stuff, that will soon be ancient history. At Knoxville Smiles, the future is here now with guided biofilm therapy. Using a gentle erythritol powder mixed with air and warm water, our hygienists can clean your teeth better than ever without all the poking and scraping. Visit KnoxvilleSmiles.com to find out more, or just call us at 865-539-1776.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Stephen Pearl, Auburn, headed into town. The Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center, 8:30 tomorrow. Another late tip. We turn on. We do it next Saturday, too, against Kentucky at Rupp.
That's 3 in a row. It's on Saturdays, huh?
Auburn comes in right inside the top 30. Number 28 on college basketball's net ranking. That puts them right now as a quad 1 opportunity. We'll see how they fare. We'll see where they go after playing Tennessee. I wouldn't think that would drop them too much. But looking at Auburn's resume, looking at kind of how they've been this season, they aren't, anywhere near the same pace they've been on the last couple of years with Bruce, but they do still have 4 what you consider quad 1 wins. They still have clipped a couple teams. They beat St. John's on a neutral court. They beat NC State by 10. They blew out Arkansas. They beat them by 22. Yeah. And maybe I heard Brett say it, and I don't think I disagree. Shout out to my boy Brett Hollander. He said they have the most impressive win in the SEC this year. What they did to Florida in Gainesville. Sam, do you agree or disagree with that?
Hard not to.
Yeah. I mean, it is true. I mean, they have a couple stinkers in there too. They got beat by 30, by Arizona. They got beat by 30 against Purdue, 29 and 28 respectively. So and they looked really gettable against Texas for 30 of those minutes. I will give them credit for battling back and going on a big run and winning that game. But they were at home and Texas looked like they were going to get them for a while.
They played perfect offense in the second half.
Yeah,
I believe I saw a stat that I think they scored on 85% of their possessions in the second half against Texas.
It was kind of a flip. If you're a Texas fan, you'd be pretty annoyed because it basically was a flip of what Texas did to Georgia on Saturday when they beat them 57-30 in the second half.
Sean Miller's hilarious in post-game press conferences too. After the loss to Auburn, he was like, we would have been better off if we had 4 guys playing defense. He's like, we probably would have given up 94 instead of 88.
Auburn beat Texas. Not quite as bad, but the offensive production, yeah, like Sam said, near perfect. They came out and scored 54 points in that second half against Texas. So this isn't as good of a team as you're used to seeing with Auburn, but I do feel like the ceiling is still pretty high. Is that fair to say, Sam?
For this Auburn team?
Yeah.
For sure.
That the ceiling's still high for them. Now, the floor seems a lot lower than when Bruce was there.
Yeah. Now they've got a couple transfer kids that are really good. Keyshawn Hall is going to be the big guy that you've got to stop. He lives at the free throw line. The average is like 20 a game. Really just kind of impacts the game in every single way for them. He's really been their main guy. And Kevin Overton had a really hot game against Texas, shooting the ball. Todd Pettiford isn't really scoring this year for him, but he's kind of just playing that distributor role and not really turning it over too much for him. But they're a real thin rotation. They play like 7 guys max.
They're coming in hot too, winning 4 in a row.
It is interesting that they've been just absolutely killed by the top end teams. And maybe it says more about those teams, but you mentioned Purdue and Arizona. Michigan also beat them by 30.
Yeah, I didn't even include the Michigan.
102-72. It's like they weren't even competitive against Michigan, Purdue, and Arizona. Of course, those teams beat the hell out of a lot of teams.
They lost by 1 to Houston in their first big test of the season.
Yeah, they were close in that one, which you would consider Houston to be a top-end team.
I don't know if Houston's quite as good as Michigan and Purdue. They feel like they're, a little bit, like maybe a tier below that, but maybe I'm wrong.
In conference play, they haven't really had any stinkers.
I wouldn't say they even have any notable games, really, in conference play other than, I guess the win against Florida and the win against Arkansas. I guess they have the 2 blowouts, but that's everything else is just kind of, oh, yeah, you lost by a close one at Georgia. Oh, okay, yeah. I lost a close one at Texas A&M at home. Yeah, okay, that's good. But then you won a close one against South Carolina, boring 12-point win against Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Texas won, 6-point win. Yeah, that makes sense.
Lost by 10 at Missouri. So
they seem like a pretty mid-SEC team just when you look at it. But then when you see, like, hey, you beat Arkansas by 22, that makes you take notice. And then, yeah, like I said, as I stole Brett's point, maybe the best win in the SEC, going to Gainesville and beating Florida. Really, it felt like from the opening tip, right? They just kind of took them out the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're mid. I wouldn't call them mid. I think they're closer to a top end SEC team.
Okay, because I have them like smack dab, like 7th or 8th.
I think starting off 0-2 has a big impact on that. With 104-100 in overtime against Georgia, that could have gone either way, and then a 2-point loss to A&M. So they had a couple close ones that is hurting their record, but like that record, as far as the way they've played, it's 14-7, but it could very, very easily be 17-4 or 18-3 when you look at it. Had they not played the competition,
sure,
you know what I mean?
So that wouldn't change how I feel about their team.
No, but I don't think they're mid. I think they're probably a pretty good basketball team. And
when I say mid, I do just mean middle of the pack in the SEC is kind of what I was going for there. Like I think they are a 9-9 or 10-8 SEC team. It's kind of what I think about them. Now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm underselling them, and maybe we're in for a rude awakening on Saturday. But I expect Tennessee to come in this game as 8.5-point favorites or so.
Really,
is kind of what I think. When you say really like that, I assume you think it's going to be lower.
Yeah, that surprises me a little bit.
Maybe that's a smidge high. Maybe it's more of the 6.5-point range, but I think it'll be 8.5 is what I'm banking on. It's a game to me Tennessee should win and better win.
Well, yeah, we better win. I'm always going to say we should win at home no matter who we're playing.
Yeah, but also, Cody, it's year one Stephen Pearl.
Well,
you said a lot of bad things about year one Stephen Pearl.
I sure did, and there is a personal tie there, and I'll be damned if we lose to Stephen Pearl. That whack job, that nepotism.
Climb Schmohawk.
That's your word, schmuck. Nepotism schmuck. douchebag.
Whoa, come on.
Jackass.
He's got people here locally that still
nobody
still
here likes him. There ain't nobody here
still
that
love
loves
the family.
There
Come
ain't
on.
nobody here that loves Stephen Pearl. There's a lot of people that love Bruce.
The family.
Yeah, the family.
The
Bruce.
family. Well, the
Bruce.
family.
Bruce and maybe whoever his wife is and maybe his other kid. Nobody likes Stephen Pearl.
I'm not going to say that.
How
You
many
can't
kids
say
Bruce?
that.
How many? Has he got any siblings, Stephen?
He's got at least a sister, Jackie.
Oh yeah, people don't like her either.
Come on. That's one of the families that we care about here in Knoxville. They got ties here. They're good. They're good people.
So does Butch Jones.
No one defends Butch Jones around here.
Actually, people in the community, I think, really liked Butch, like as a community man.
Really?
I've
heard some decent things about like from the Catholic people.
Yeah,
like, he was around the football program.
I think Butch was pretty well liked. It was his problem was that he couldn't coach football very well. That was his biggest issue, and he said a lot of weird stuff.
I still don't know if I'm one to say he was well liked, but I have heard some of the Catholic football
I think he
people
was
say.
well liked. I mean, as a community member,
Sure.
as a man,
Yeah.
I think everybody thought Butch was a pretty good guy in terms of his off the field. He was no Sharon Moore, but I think he's a pretty good guy off the field. Who are the worst coaches ever off the field?
I mean, I can't call him the worst coach off the field, but everyone around the program, everyone around town did say just Dooley was a pompous jackass.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
Like, put his desk on an elevated surface so he could look down on people. Just like anybody that ever had to go in there and ask anything of him.
He was kind of funny though.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think I would have got along with Dooley. I think
Dooley would have looked at you and thought that he would have thought that you were a real piece of work.
I think he would have been my type of a-hole. Like, because clearly he's a rude person, but some people you kind of get along with regardless, as if we say it here at the station all the time. Everybody who works here at the station is a total a-hole. But
we don't say that. I think you and Bear say that. I don't ever say that. I like a lot of people and think they're nice people. Sam's a nice person. I'm a nice person.
Yeah, but he's kind of an a-hole.
Now you and Bear,
everyone can kind of be an a-hole.
You and Bear are kind of like that.
Well, if you'd let me finish my point, is it your kind of a-hole?
Yeah.
I
was just pushing back at you saying everybody says that. I think it's just you and Bear that say that.
I don't think I
like
said
Bob Baskerville's a really nice guy. Like me and Bob get along. I would not consider.
I don't think I said everybody says that. I think I said everybody is an a-hole.
No, you 100% say, everyone around here says that around here, everyone is a bleep bleep.
Well, what I meant is that I
think it's just you and Bear that go around saying that. No one else
Bear
says
doesn't say that.
Maybe Russell. Maybe Russell says it a
also
little bit.
An a-hole, but an a-hole that I like.
Yeah. Boston 85 is a great guy.
I spent a lot of time talking to Russ the other day. We caught up and had a good we talked for 30 minutes in there in the office.
Was he trying to recruit you to the drive?
No, not this time. He was in there he was doing some work after his show, and one of the sororities rented out one of these trampoline parks over here.
I bet that was a sight.
What do they call it? Sky Zone or something? And so I had to what do you mean what was the site?
I'd imagine there'd be some pretty good flips and stuff in there.
Yeah.
I'd imagine there'd be some real athleticism, some tumbling, some cheerleading backgrounds, some dance backgrounds, and a lot of flips and stuff.
Sure.
I've always wanted to go to those, but I'm too afraid.
So I took a couple of these girls over here to this park, and about the time I dropped them off, my stomach started rumbling. I had a situation, and I said, oh, boy, I'm going to need a bathroom soon. And I thought, well, I'm close to the office. So I dropped in here for an emergency number 2.
I don't think you're supposed to do that, really.
What do you mean?
Once once work hours are over, I don't think it's just supposed to be used as like your own private toilet.
Well, I thought about that. I thought, is it a bad look if I go into the office just to blow up the toilet? And
I think that's frowned upon.
Well, then I thought, well, if somebody's there, I'll go ahead and go in. If there was nobody in the parking lot, I probably would have just gone on to a gas. Actually, I probably still would have came in, but. Anyway, I got here and Russ was here is my point. And so it was nice to catch up. I hadn't seen him in a while. We talked about life and such.
Bubba, I do need you to go back and cut out Cody saying everyone says it, and then him 3 minutes later saying he didn't say that he said everyone says it.
Well, if I said I didn't say it, what I meant was I misspoke is what I meant.
Oh.
When I said it the first time, what I meant, but when I used the word everybody, I meant to say everybody here is an a-hole, but I like everybody here, for the
Williams,
most part.
Pretty nice kid these days, too.
He's a total a-hole.
No, you don't know the new William. The old William was. New William Cal, no. Willie Cal is
I like William now.
Willie Cal's a top-notch guy now. Like the growth that kid's had, fantastic.
I think you're looking at it wrong as I'm saying a-hole in a negative manner. I don't mean it in a negative way.
You just spent the last 5 minutes trying to dig yourself out of that hole, and then you rephrased it just the exact same way that you started out as.
I wasn't trying to dig out of
Except
any
this
hole.
time, at least he's not saying that we all sit around here saying that about each other, because we don't. I think him and Bear do.
Stop including Bear. He's not a part of this. I mean, I say it. Maybe it's just me.
No, it's you and Bear.
He's not included.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. He doesn't say any of this. And I'm not trying to dig out of a hole. I'm standing by what I said.
He's trying to lie about the Bear part of it, too, because I know him and Bear have talked about it. Bear said the same thing. Bear's made the same exact statement around here.
No,
he's lying about this.
You just try to make.
He's lying about this. Bear has said this phrase to me before.
No, your narrative. Well, maybe because I said it. Maybe he repeated it. You're
right. You and him are the only ones that say it. Yes.
No, but I say it. It's my.
You say
thought.
it to Bear, then he takes it and says it to other people.
Well, still, yet it's
so.
My
Like
thought.
I said, the only people that say it are you and Bear.
You know, you're not even letting me make my point here.
I'm trying.
And at this point, I've forgotten what the point was.
I think that you were just want to tell us you took sorority girls to a bounce house and then had to come poop, and that you and Russ connected.
Well, no, that came up spontaneously because you brought up Russ.
We're all jerks.
Yes, everyone. But what I'm saying is I still like everyone. It's almost like a good personality trait for me.
You're thinking still like your fantasy land that you and Derek Dooley would be friends. He'd look at you and be like, "Get this loser away from me."
You don't know that. You don't know that he.
If you walked in your little grout fit here, your toboggan on and your grout fits, and try to talk to Derek Dooley, he'd say, "Get this slob away from me. I'm Derek Dooley, and I'm running for state senate. Get out of here."
He wouldn't want to be associated with a guy maybe because of his political career now.
Get him out of here now. Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2. We'll talk with Will Warren. Stats by Will, basket under review. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account from Citizens National Bank, offering extra benefits including bank travel. This September, experience the perfect fall getaway on the New England Rails and Sails Tour, or join CNB in October to chase the Northern Lights in Iceland. Get in on the fun by calling 865-429-7935.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, Ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Where do you think Cameron Brink ranks in Los Angeles beauties?
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Me and Miles were discussing this over the weekend. I said she's an LA 6.
Oh, no. A big tall girl like that with long legs?
Yeah.
She's basically young Cameron Diaz. Young Cameron Diaz was no 6.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
You think she's young Cameron Diaz?
Yeah, they look a lot. They look similar. We'll pull them up next to each other. They got similar looks.
100%.
I'm not saying Cameron Brink is as hot as Cameron Diaz, but Cameron Diaz in the mid-'90s was about the top of the line, Jack. I want you to go Google The Mask, Cameron Diaz, okay? And just let me know what you think.
On 1340 WKGN.
Maybe big and tall is not my thing.
I'd say your closet begs to differ.
That's pretty good. That's good. That's the line of the day so far. I've always just really hoped for a big and big store. I really don't need the tall.
California.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Enjoyed the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer this weekend. Toast to the Vols, who are riding a 2-game winning streak. Let's have our boy Will Warren, a.k.a. Stats by Will, basket under review, join us to talk some Tennessee, Auburn. Will Warren, what's up, my friend? Top of the morning to you.
Good to hear from you. Good to see you. Hope you are avoiding what I guess is going to be snow. I don't know. So they keep going back and forth. It does seem like it'll happen this weekend. Finally.
I'm traveling out of the state, so hopefully I don't get iced out and can't come back in. Hopefully I'm able to rejoin. But I got to say, Will, the vibe's a lot higher today coming off of back-to-back wins than they were this time last week when we talked before the Alabama game.
Not nearly as much doom and gloom what I'm detecting. And, first off, you get the Alabama win. I have to say, possibly the highest amount of people I've ever seen root for Tennessee that aren't Tennessee fans online. A real unified front against the Satanist Nate Oates and Charles Bediako. And then Georgia, whatever. I mean, that was kind of a normal forgotten about game for national media. But I was thinking this morning on my run that last few teams probably win that Kentucky game, right? They probably get that one across the finish line. Doesn't really matter how much margin, they probably win that. But I think, we'll allow Rick Barnes does seem to own the Nate Oates system. I would think these last few teams probably lose that Georgia game because they can't rebound that well. Because they probably can't get those second chances to keep the game going, especially on a night where Tennessee wasn't really hitting a ton of great shots and Georgia was hitting more than they should have.
I push back a little and say that the past teams probably lose to Kentucky too, Will. We're on a pretty bad losing streak against them in Knoxville. Even when they suck.
But they probably don't blow the 17-point lead. Maybe they don't get the 17-point lead in the first place, I guess.
JP Estrella, take your victory lap. You've been beating the drum. You've been banging the drum. He made you look smart against Georgia. Rick Barnes put him in the starting lineup. It's paid off, and I thought you saw JP play maybe his best overall game as of all on Wednesday night in Athens.
It was a really good game for him. Really nice to see. The 17 points is one thing, but the 7 offensive rebounds, that's what I'm looking for. Like I've mentioned before, and I know he missed his 1 3-point attempt, but 3 of 6 on what I guess you would call mid-range twos. I would call them hook shots, floater. He had the little push shot, which was nice with at some point in the game. But he gives Tennessee a dimension that I really don't believe they have otherwise, because Jalen Carey has taken threes before, not beautiful ones, but he has shot them before in college. But outside of that, you obviously wouldn't expect Dwayne Brown to attempt a jumper. We are, uneasy anytime we see Okpara attempt one. Estrella's the one that can sell it. And he just gives Tennessee a dimension in the front court they don't have otherwise. And I want to see him continue to play more, especially if, in all likelihood, 1, Tennessee's going to continue to go with double big front courts, and 2, he's probably going to be paired with a non-shooter close to that.
I'm not a genius like Danny White and his family, but Mike White going with a 2-3 zone for stretches in that game felt really dumb with the way Tennessee rebounds and kind of allowing Estrella and Ament to work right there in that free throw line range that you talked about. Estrella's push shot. Ament had a wide open 15-foot jumper down the stretch as well from that area. Seemed like some bad strategy from Mike White, but that is the same team that took a layup down 3 with under a second left and lost the game off of it. So maybe they're not that well coached. I don't know.
I still think that's going to age as a good win. They'll probably only be an 8 or a 9 seed, maybe a 10 come Selection Sunday. But you love having road wins like that. The 2-3 zone thing, I kind of wondered for a time because of how they were calling that game in the second half after letting everything go in the first. If that was maybe to keep guys from getting into foul trouble, but I think only one player ended up with 4 by game's end. So, yeah, it was a puzzling decision. Worked out great for Tennessee. And the zone, to me, works if your opponent doesn't have like plus shooters in the backcourt or just doesn't want to take jumpers in general or can't get the boards back. But Tennessee can do both. Like, I mean, for better or for worse, Gillespie will take just about any open jumper he's given. Bishop Boswell is getting a lot more confident from 3, which I like to see. And, like we've mentioned, Ament, great game from him. Amari Evans, really, really earning more PT. I like what I see there.
Yeah, I mean, Evans with the clutch 3, he had a big steal that led to an and 1. He missed a free throw because everybody on Tennessee missed free throws on Wednesday. How does Tennessee fix the free throw problem? Because it doesn't feel to me, Will, that the guys missing free throws are bad shooters. Maybe that doesn't make sense, but like Gillespie, I know he's a good shooter. Mm-hmm. It seems mental for him missing free throws. JP Estrella should have a better touch at the free throw line than his, 64% or whatever he's shooting, 66%. Is this mental? Is there a way to fix it? Because it feels like something that's going to bite Tennessee in a big game coming soon.
I think it's mental. I always think of it from the sense of, did you ever do the thing where you would try and see how many free throws you could make out of like 50 or 100 or whatever?
Yeah, I tried that a couple years ago. I don't remember what my number was, but I would run up and down the court a couple times, then shoot like 5 free throws.
So like if you got on a roll and you hit like 8 or 9 in a row, you would just stop thinking about the next one, basically. At least that's how it works for me.
Oh, for me, it was the opposite way. When I made 5, I was like, oh my God, there's no way I'm going to make 6 in a row. There's no way. Oh my God, there's so much pressure and I would miss.
That could be it. Or it could be like if you miss 1, you start thinking, oh, how do I overcorrect on this next one? And I think the key with free throws to me has always been to just not think. Like just go up there and shoot it. And I kind of wonder, especially for Gillespie, if the moment may be getting to him a little bit, and you see it a bit with some of these late game possessions, like not that his brain fully shuts off, but there are some decisions that are made that are puzzling from him. And so I don't know if that's a thing you can coach out of them, but like Ament, I would like to see a little bit better numbers by. I do think the team-wide numbers are obscured by a good chunk of the free throws being taken by front court guys, like Jalen Carey being 52% from the free throw line. It is what it is because he's just not a good shooter, but he does get fouled a lot. Like, 62% from Akpara, sort of the same thing. Like those guys, I don't really worry about. It is front court guys I never expect much from. I always think of the tennis ball analogy where it's like normal hand holding a tennis ball is what a basketball kind of feels like if you're 7 feet tall.
Yeah, like when Akpara went 1 for 2 from the free throw line at the end of the game, I was like, okay, that's good. I'll take that. When Gillespie, your point guard, goes 1 or 2 from the free throw line, that's a different story. His late game struggles, Will, do you think that is fatigue? Do you think that is just the pressure of playing point guard and maybe he's not the most natural point guard? Maybe that's not his best strength. Is it just comparing him to Zakai Ziegler, who's maybe the program's best point guard of all time? Is it all of the above? What do you give the pie chart to there in terms of Gillespie's struggles?
Well, see, I try to not view clutchness as that real of a thing because you wouldn't. If Gillespie, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, but if Gillespie were shooting 91% from the 5th minute through the 20th minute, you wouldn't tell him, go back and find the mindset from minute 11 to shoot the rest of the way. It's a little bit of it is randomness, but I do wonder if, one, he is playing career high in minutes. So conference games, and this includes the Florida game where I think he sat the final few, he's played 91% of available minutes for Tennessee. So I do wonder, in college, 2 of his 4 years, he averaged, I believe, under 25 minutes a game. So, you would hope that the conditioning's up to that level, but, being at Belmont for 2 years, perhaps their strength and conditioning program's not quite like a Tennessee or a Maryland. And so maybe he's not built up to that the way a Ziegler was or a Vescovy was, for example. But I do think, I would hope that by the time he gets into it, I would hope that Ament especially, he's started to shoot better from the line, but I still expected better than 76% personally.
I will say I feel like Ament has bounced back, from a shooting perspective, 3-point shooting and the free throw shooting. It kind of hit rock bottom against Arkansas, and I feel like he's been better. But like with Gillespie, the 90, you said what, 91% of minutes played?
Mm-hmm.
That feels like that would be much higher if Rick Barnes had his say, because 7 of the minutes he didn't play against Kentucky, I'd say 6 of them were because he had 2 fouls in the first half. But hey, shout out to Rick Barnes. I don't know if it was you, Will. I don't know who it was. Somebody got the 2 foul data in front of him because he put Bishop Boswell back in and then referenced, hey, sometimes the numbers say guys can play with 2 fouls. It only took like 20-something years, 30 years of his career, but maybe he has figured that out.
I can tell you it wasn't me. We'll give the credit to one of the numbers gurus on staff, whoever that might be.
Well, what would you kind of expect to kind of be the strategy for covering Keyshawn Hall? Obviously kind of being that star player for Auburn, but I think just kind of unique size-wise, a bigger guy, but also kind of at 6'7". It kind of feels like an Auburn team that is, got some size themselves. Like, what do you kind of expect to see that strategy, and who do you think kind of draws that assignment most of the night?
It's going to depend. I wouldn't be shocked if Estrella gets it early, just as the more, rangier 4. Like, I wouldn't really want a carry on him. I think carry is abominable right now in defense. And I don't love the idea of a handsy Dwayne Brown. Not a terrible defender, but I don't think he's learned how to defend in the post without fouling or without giving up, just an easy post up yet. So I'd like Estrella in that matchup. I wouldn't mind Ament on him at some times, just because Ament's so long that he can, kind of force maybe some more jumpers out of the post up. And I won't be shocked if Tennessee doubles a bit. Tennessee's not really known for doubling the post or forcing pass outs, but this is not one of the better Auburn shooting teams in recent memory. They've had some decent performances as of late, but they're more known for getting to the line and getting downhill than they are shooting threes this year. It's not the best, perimeter offense we've seen from Auburn in recent years. So I'd like Estrella on him. I'd like Ament on him. And then you just kind of play the matchups as they go. I just go into these games assuming one of the various front court members will get into foul trouble. So whoever that is, we'll just assume that they rotate out of the matchup.
This Auburn team ranks where in terms of how you view the SEC?
Well, the problem is the SEC outside of Florida and maybe Vandy. I don't know. I'd kind of just go Florida at this point. It's really hard to peg like 3 through 11 in the SEC right now. I wouldn't be shocked if Vandy's 2, and I kind of am beginning to think Tennessee could be 3. I don't really know where they peg in. I would wager something like 7th. Feels about right for them. And it's because against better competition this year, their offense remains awesome. Like, their offense is kind of great no matter where they play. They're pretty good in transition, very good at getting downhill into the free throw line, really good at getting opponents into foul trouble, get a lot of second chances too. But their defense is atrocious in the half court. They give up a lot of open threes, really bad defensive rebounding team, don't force turnovers, sort of outside of that, Miss Lincoln How's the play style defense. And I think their goal, it seems, is to hope that the opponent simply misses. And so I won't be shocked if in this game they kind of pack the paint a little bit and say Tennessee try and hit jumpers over us, which I wouldn't love. But, again, this is another game where Ament is going to have a plus matchup regardless of who he has. Like, he'll have a lot of one-on-one drives to the basket if he wants them.
I have often wondered if she was having a good time at the play before he got shot. You know what I mean? Like, were they having a great evening, or were they arguing? Was she bored? I have often wondered that.
Yeah, it's one of those unanswered questions. We're like, how was Jesus as a teen, which they tried to answer in the Gemstones.
Changes.
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 You got Cody's attention. You got him to perk up there on that one. I'm gonna play it myself. That's my favorite part. Is
Look,
that he's gonna
all I need, I'm just simply asking for a couple of $1 million and an 8-ball of cocaine.
I blew the quote. He
That's
blew the
something like
quote.
that.
Will Warren,
$2
basket
million.
under review, stats by Will. A couple more questions on the way out. Stephen Pearl, has he proven that he is an SEC caliber coach, in your opinion, so far?
I am continuing to say I want to wait until year 2 and 3. I don't think you can say anything surrounding this year's team because it was built by Bruce, and it is largely with Bruce's, work behind the scenes in it. Like the offense still looks like the offense, which they have an offensive coordinator, Mike Burgomaster, who's extremely good. He's the thicker guy on the bench, if you will. Pearl is like the defensive mind, I guess, which I'm not really shocked. It kind of feels like college football in a way when a former coordinator gets the job and like his side of the ball suffers because he's not around there to coach it up as much as a result. So I wonder if the defense just isn't what it usually is because he's not able to give the same level of attention to detail to it. They do block shots pretty well, but like I've mentioned, against better competition, this defense has largely sucked. And I want to see how year 2 or year 3 looks before I really declare one way or another on him. But I had said, I think 3 weeks ago, that they were better than their record. They just kind of struggled to get that win that would lock in, the metrics matching the resume. So they've got the Florida win. Coming back over Texas in the midweek was pretty nice, but they are in a nasty stretch. I don't know if you've seen where it's at Tennessee, home Alabama, home Vandy, at Arkansas are their next 4. That's going to be pretty telling. Honestly, if you can go 1-3 in that's really not that bad.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I feel like there's a version of me and Cody down at Auburn right now just saying, give us 1-3 in the next 4 and we'll lock that in and try to make it up on the back stretch.
War Eagle.
You talked about Nate Ament having a plus matchup. Will, I'm subscribing right now to the theory that Nate Ament is a plus matchup for everyone left on the schedule, everyone that he's going to go up against, at least until now in the Sweet 16. Am I being too high on Nate Ament and what we've seen over the last 5 games? Because I think he's a matchup problem for anybody.
I don't think you are, because I look at the rest of the schedule, and like you, I struggle to figure out who the elite defense remaining is that would have a 3 or a smaller 4 that could slow him down. Like there is a version of Vanderbilt that could possibly do it, but I don't know that they're really there. And I think teams have kind of figured out Vandy can't rebound when you get really physical. Like Florida for sure figured that out. Texas really figured that out in a shocking way. It pains me to say this because I've been on this wagon for 5 years now. This is not the most physical version of the SEC I've seen. The last couple were more physical, not necessarily better. I think last year's was for sure better, but more physical, more, the defenses were simply tougher. And I think in the meta game of basketball in the conference, the offenses have gotten back ahead. Where this Tennessee defense, I think we would both agree, is probably their worst post-COVID. And yet is, I would say at worst, the second best defense in the league.
Are you worried at all about Tennessee's defense? Because Georgia shot over 50% from the field. This defense isn't top 10. Does it need to be? How do you view the defense?
I think it's fine. I think if you can, right now at Torvik, I'm seeing they're 18th. If you're top 20 defense, that's fine. It doesn't have to be amazing. And I don't think that this group was ever going to be elite. And it has helped that offensively, they're up to top 35 nationally. It's actually a more balanced group than we've seen at Tennessee in a while. It's just that neither end of the ball is elite. But it could help Tennessee, get out of a jam in March, because they have the defensive structure to shut down teams where needed. I thought they played exceptionally well against Texas a few weeks ago, for instance. They were great against Alabama on the road this past weekend. The Georgia performance was, underwhelming, but like I mentioned, Georgia did hit some pretty difficult shots in that game. And on some of those, you just got to tip the cap, like that Cannon Catchings guy starting out 4 or 5 from 3. Not much you can do there. But I like what I'm seeing from the team. They're edging back into the potential of, they got to, win a few games here in a row, but could end up being a 4 seed again. Could end up, being a protected 1 through 4 seed, which is pretty important for, being an odds-on favorite to make the Sweet 16 again.
Tennessee's next 6 games, we've targeted at least a 5-1 stretch with a possibility of going 6-0. To go 6-0, they got to beat Auburn on Saturday. Will Warren, do you have Tennessee winning this game, and if so, by how many?
Yes, I've got Vols by 8 on Saturday. I don't like that Auburn their offense performs really well regardless of where they're at or the level of competition, but the defense just struggles so much against better teams, and they've gotten away with some recently. Feels like they're kind of running a little hot, possibly due for a loss. The Texas game is, great comeback for them, but they're not going to shoot over 50% from 3 every night out. So I do agree with you. 5-1 seems to be the target, because for me it was 5-2. But now that you have won that Georgia game, that was kind of the 50-50 coin flip. You can move it up to, you got to go 5-1 of these next 6.
All right, go ahead. Go outside, nerd. Will Warren, Stats by Will. Basket under review on the way out. What are you working on? What you got posting this weekend? What you looking
had an essay this week about how college basketball is in a good spot. I do recommend people read that. We have our weekend watch list incoming. Obviously, Vols Auburn ranks pretty highly on that. Kentucky Arkansas is tomorrow too. Very intrigued by that game. I'm interested to see how much or how long the hate lasts in this this new rivalry of sorts. Like, do they keep? It's kind of like the Ed Cooley Providence thing. Like, will people still care about this rivalry next year if Kentucky continues to diminish?
BasketUnderReview.com. Go sign up for the newsletter. Get it sent right to your box. We'll talk to you next week, brother. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the basketball. Me, buddy. See ya. Talk to you soon. Will Warren, Stats by Will. Give him a follow on X if you haven't. And like I said, Basket Under Review if you like college basketball and want to get smarter at it. Good stuff by Will. Great job by Cody, by Sam, by Bubba, by me. Just fantastic all around.
Great interview.
Great stuff. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation, Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. We're excited to continue our free stump grinding promotion with Fan Run Radio this year through March 31st. If you've got problem trees in your yard, give us a call and we'll come out and cut them down and grind the stumps for free when you mention you heard us right here on Fan Run Radio. Take it from Russ. We'll treat you right at ECR Total Landscapes.
That's right, Evan. I had the ECR team out to Stately Smith Manor last year, and they took down a bunch of trees for me and grinded the stumps for free. Now I don't have to worry about those trees falling on my house, and my yard looks much better. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes.
Thanks, Russ. Call us today and we'll come out and give you a free estimate. Our number is 865-384-2012. And our website is ecrtotallandscapes.com.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788. Back on the program. If you're watching on the video, shout out to Bubba. Doing a great job running the video. But you see this nice, beautiful inward half hoodie as well. How can I get one of those, John? Simple. Dumb question by you. Just go to inwardhalf.com. Pick one up. Sam, how did Brooks Koepka do yesterday on the course?
Not great.
I didn't actually. I said I'd bet on him to shoot over par, but I didn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
Well, he did.
I didn't actually do it. I would have, but I didn't actually think about it until
It
he'd
was
already
like a
teed
mental
off.
gambling win.
It's just me putting on my hater hat. Although I don't really have much hate in him because he's kind of been irrelevant to me in the last couple of years. But
you can bet on a guy shooting over par.
Yeah, typically you can bet on that stuff at golf.
So you're just rooting for bogeys every time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just hoping he doesn't.
The guy who's
birdies.
Currently in second place is like somewhat of a no-name kind of, and they were like, what are your thoughts after the round? And he was like, to be quite honest with you, my head's not really here. He's like, I got my wife's pregnant with twins back home. She's like 38 weeks pregnant. We already got a 3-year-old. He's like, I'm just trying to get home on Monday, man.
At least he said he wasn't trying to get home like on
leading the tournament.
At least he wasn't trying to get home like on Friday. Like I was really hoping I'd miss the cut, but I had to come out here and play so my sponsors didn't get mad. But damn it,
my wife.
Now I'm stuck. If you go back and watch my rounds, especially in round 1, I was really pin hunting, hoping to just really hit really aggressive shots.
Did you see where Don Lemon got arrested?
No, I didn't.
Well, he did.
Today?
Yeah, it was something to do with a protest or something.
Oh, I saw where he had some legal
Minnesota.
trouble coming his way.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Minnesota. I think it was the church, right? Didn't they say he incited violence?
Yeah, it was
at
something
the
to do
church?
with a protest. I thought it was in Minneapolis, but I don't know.
Speaking of golf, I got my ass whipped yesterday. You should have saw
Don
RB.
Lemon. You remember when he cried on him and Cuomo when they were talking about the COVID deal, and Don Lemon started crying?
It looked like he was going to single-handedly get Cuomo the presidential nomination there, and then it kind of all fell apart for both.
You know,
of them.
I always kind of liked the Cuomos, and then I guess
It fell apart for him.
Yeah, I guess it turned out that they were problematic or whatever.
There is a such thing as too much exposure. Like
Yeah.
you could do a lot of good, you could make a lot of money, you could be powerful, but you don't want to be like on TV all the time, making people not like you or making people just look into you.
Well, their daddy, you know, he was the mayor of New York City,
There's a
Mario Cuomo.
There's a certain level of fame you need to like stay at. You don't need to get above that.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, what are you saying about golf?
Well, I was asking Sam. I was doing a little plug.
Oh,
for
you're talking to Sam?
Our friends at Inward Half. But then I asked
Oh.
Sam, Brooks Koepka made his return to the PGA Tour yesterday.
Oh,
but
good.
then I was saying that I got my ass kicked in the afternoon on the video game, and I was going to compliment the boss, RB. I don't know. You know, I can't say for certain he didn't like change the settings or anything, but like he was locked in with Justin Thomas, and through 7 holes, Sam, he was 6 under. Through 8 holes, he was 7 under. Now I will say on the back,
What were you?
1 under. Tim was 7 over. So I mean, like Tim was still
Tim
terrible.
just sucks.
Yeah, I was 1 under.
I ain't got all
He
that
was
free
locked in.
time on my hands like you do.
He's good with Justin Thomas. He was striping it, and he was
Hell,
making
I'm working.
putts. Now I will say on the back 9, I think shot 3 over on the back 9. So he was 4 under, and I was 1 under. I had a couple chips that came so close to going in that would have made a difference, but hat tip, he was locked in.
Just got hot, yeah.
I'd go out Coalfield, drop these jerseys off. I ain't got time for this. I miss Tim. I wish I could see Tim every day. Tim's one of those guys that I like to be around. Also, an a-hole, but a good one. I wish we could have lunch every day. You ever wish you could just like eat and just drink beer? Well, not beer for you, but just booze all day. Like just live like a king. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Just every day, just like, and you don't even care. You don't even care. Like you have no responsibilities. You can just booze.
I mean, nothing's stopping you.
And tomorrow you'll still be king. No, but I'm talking
I mean,
about
you're not a king, I guess.
Well,
but-
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just living the life of a king.
Oh, or just like a really rich person.
Oh, yeah.
Just get to hang out.
Yeah, but not even a really rich person, because those people are successful. So typically they're driven.
They have
so
responsibilities. I mean, the
they're
king's got a lot of responsibility too, typically.
Yeah, but the king.
And I know you're just picturing like Robert Baratheon and being able to do whatever he wants, but he had a lot of pressure on him. I mean, he had to go out and take care of business too.
Yeah, but still, he could just take a day to booze. Just lay back in your king chair and have beautiful women drop grapes into your mouth.
But see, you got to think about the grind he went on before then.
he was a warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He earned the spoils, much like a rich person.
Yeah,
like
but
not every king
earns the spoils.
Sure.
Some of them are born into it.
Yeah, but they don't seem like they have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
At least I'm thinking of the one that was like the hemophiliac. I mean, he was just a little weak boy.
What does that mean?
Just bleeding everywhere.
What was that word you used?
Hemophiliac.
Is that like sickly or something?
That's just like you bleed. Like if you get cut, you bleed out.
Like if you're on blood thinners?
Essentially. He's on permanent blood thinners. His blood doesn't clot.
Oh.
So like if you have like a regular wound, it's deadly for those people.
I wonder if
I cut your arm first grade.
Huh? What?
After the gravy gets done spilling, your blood will eventually stop. Like
that joke's already been made.
No, I know. That's why I laughed. It was a callback. I was doing a callback to it, but I was like, that's mean. I don't want to do that. Yeah. I've been trying to be nice to you.
Oh yeah,
I've been trying to be nice
you
to
bet.
you. But if I slice your arm, eventually you'll stop bleeding. Like the blood will clot, it'll stop.
Yeah.
If you're a hemophiliac, it doesn't. It just keeps coming.
Would you rather have that or blood clots? Like if you had to pick, would you rather have really thin blood or have clotted blood? I feel like clotted blood is more dangerous.
I was gonna say it's the silent killer.
Yeah, because that's how you get a heart attack.
Yeah.
That's why you should eat nothing but steak and eggs.
I don't know if you were listening, but Will Warren, he did agree with me about Auburn. Said he thought they were the 7th best team in the SEC.
I was listening. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. I was going to ask him how the family's doing and everything, but I couldn't get a word in.
Well, you had time to butcher the Gemstones quote.
Well, I didn't really butcher it. I might have switched around it wasn't exact.
Sure.
But it's basically the quote.
It was close enough.
All I'm asking for is an 8-ball and $2 million. Isn't that basically what he says?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Baby Billy. I feel like Walton Goggins
there you go.
should just be him.
It would be awkward trying to go to your next role after that.
Yeah, but I see him on these commercials, and
he's all over the place now. He had the Walton Goggins Sundays where he was Uncle Baby Billy and on White Lotus, and he had that going at the same time. And now, boom, he's like the Grinch, and now he's on all the Walmart commercials, and now he's everywhere.
He's striking while the iron's hot.
Good for him.
Getting that bag. He was in the Big Lebowski too, wasn't he?
I don't know if he was or not.
Was he not?
I can't. Well, I mean, he might have been. I can't say that for certain.
I thought he was, but I don't know. It's been a while since I saw it.
I don't know if he was in the Big Lebowski or not.
Maybe John Goodman's best work. You guys ever watch that, Sam? Bubba?
I've seen it a while ago.
I know Bubba's seen the Big Lebowski for sure.
I don't. He's not showing up on the cast. I mean, John Goodman is.
I'm misremembering. Well, I know John Goodman's in it.
John
Jeff
Goodman
Bridges
is.
For some reason, I thought he was in it, but nonetheless, not important.
Sam, did you agree with Will that you can't really judge Stephen Pearl until year 2 or year 3, either good or bad? You kind of got to give him this year as a chance to grow and as a chance to figure things out, but also you can't judge him because he didn't put the roster together in terms of whether or not he can do this level of a job.
Somewhat agree. I mean, I can't imagine that Stephen Pearl just didn't have a say at all in this roster. Like, it's not like he just magically appeared on this coaching staff. He was an assistant with Bruce, so I think he definitely.
Well, I meant that just from even a good thing. Like, if the roster's good, I think a lot of the appeal was still Bruce at the time. So I'm not giving him a pass for the roster as much as I'm just saying the team's talented, but he's still got to go out and kill his own food next summer and put together a team or next offseason.
I don't think I'd extend into year 3, but I do think year 2 is probably pretty telling. And I do think that the way that Auburn's playing in the last couple weeks is maybe a little bit more telling than what they were doing, in the first month and a half of the season, getting blown out by a bunch of good teams. Like,
when do you think Bruce knew he was going to retire? Like, when do you think Bruce knew? Because if he had this big master plan and had this circled the whole time, he really screwed over his son with the schedule they put together. Like, I feel like if it was me and I was Bruce and I was getting ready to run this play and get my son the job, I would have set him up without having to play Houston and Purdue and these schools right off the jump. Now, I do think he figured it out like in January that he was going to retire, or whenever it was. When did he retire? He retired like in the summer, or was it like April, May, somewhere on there? But like basically after everybody was locked in and the transfer portal had came to a close and all
September 22nd, it says.
What? It was that late? Okay. I mean, I knew it was right around the hills of the season, around the eve of the season, but I didn't realize it was that close. But yeah, he did it close enough to where they had no choice but to give him the job.
Well, that's kind of why I thought it was so late in the game, was that like they probably were thinking, all right, well, we've constructed this roster. If I go and leave, like when these kids can transfer out of here type of thing, make it a little easier to transfer out of. I feel like you probably would have seen a mass exodus in that program.
But I was wondering, like, at what point you thought Bruce knew that he was going to do that? If he did in September, do you think he was planning it like in April, May? I don't know.
You'd have to ask Bruce.
Sure, yeah. I mean, Sam ain't going to have that answer.
No,
it's not fair to me to
know.
ask him that. No, I don't know what you're talking about. The earliest credit I see for Goggins is 1990, Murder in Mississippi. He did some TV stuff. In the Heat of the Night.
Well, what is it that
the
I
next
remember
Karate
him
Kid
from before Baby Billy?
Now, back in the day, he was just known as Walt Goggins. He added the O-N, Walton.
It must have been something with Danny McBride that I...
I mean, he was in Vice Principals. I don't know if you ever watched that, but that's a lot different than The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, no.
He was in Justified.
No, it wasn't Justified or Vice Principals, but I'd seen him somewhere.
Was it Shanghai Noon?
The movie?
Yeah, he was in Shanghai Noon.
I don't feel like I would remember him from that, but I did watch that movie when I was a kid.
Did you watch The Shield?
No.
That was like his big breakout role was The Shield. He played a racist cop.
No, it was something funny. It would have been something humorous.
Django Unchained?
I do remember him in that, now that you say that.
I don't know how funny it was or not.
No, but
yeah.
I did like Django.
Yeah. I don't know.
He was in some other stuff.
Good. I mean, he's in a lot of stuff. Good move by him, though, going Walton instead of Walt Goggins.
I always thought it was Walter.
The first thing I remember him in was Major League 3, Back to the Minors, but I doubt you've seen that.
No.
He played the main character, or at least the main baseball character, the main prospect, Billy Downtown Anderson. The manager goes down to the minors and is trying to convince this guy he's got to start learning how to play small ball. All this guy wants to do is hit home runs, which is funny seeing little Walton Goggins just be a big power hitter.
Yeah.
But he just wants to hit home runs, and the manager's like, you got to learn to play the game well-rounded. You got to learn to do the little things. Play small ball if you're going to be a pro player. You got to know how to move the runner over and hit the ball to second and get him to third and yada, yada, yada.
Go on, nerd.
But Walton's like, I want to hit home runs. That's how I'm going to get to the majors. He's like, no, you're not going to get to the majors unless you learn how to put the team first. But just like Hoosiers into the game, he comes up. There's one out. He's like, hey, you want me to move the runner over? And the manager's like, no, I want you to go downtown, hit a bomb. All the lessons he tried to teach him, he just throws out the window. Just like Hoosiers. Hey, play team basketball, pass it 5 times. Nope. Give it to Chitwood and get out of the way.
Sometimes you just got to go back to your instincts, you know.
Yeah.
Ladies love the long ball. That's what you always hear.
That is true.
What else was he in?
You want like his whole IMDb?
Yeah, if you could let me
Or just
know.
like recent stuff?
Yeah, if you could tell me everything.
He was in Lincoln. I've never actually watched Lincoln.
I watched Lincoln.
I just had no. I got an idea of what the
Daniel
story
Day-Lewis.
is. Yeah, I got an idea of what the story is. I'm good. I probably need to watch it. Justified was a big breakout role for him too. I don't know if you watched that. He was Boyd Crowder. He played like a coal miner in Kentucky.
Was he in Eastbound and Down?
He was. I don't believe he was in Eastbound and Down. He was going to get. He tried to audition for the Jason Sudeikis role of Eastbound and Down. You know how they bring Jason Sudeikis in as his best buddy for a little bit?
Yeah.
But he didn't get that. But his audition there is what led to Danny McBride then casting him later and becoming buddies with him.
Why do I feel like he worked with Danny McBride?
I mean, he did on 2 things. Vice Principals is what I'm telling you. That was a Danny McBride
Well,
show.
hell, maybe that's what I watched. I don't know.
Okay. The Hateful Eight, I don't know. I'm out. I'm not doing any more Walton Goggins talk.
Yeah. I'll have to do my own research, I guess.
Okay.
Apparently, Springsteen has gone just completely woke. He has released a new song called Streets of Minneapolis.
What do you mean Springsteen's gone woke? Wasn't he woke the whole time?
Yeah, but it's never.
I mean, like, have you ever heard the lyrics to Born in the USA?
Yeah, but it's never really been out like, it's never been like this.
Born in the USA was 100% about that.
Yeah, but he kept it kind of closeted for quite a while.
I don't.
Know?
I won't act like I'm a Bruce Springsteen expert or anything.
I mean,
but
he's
like,
big buddies with Obama.
I feel like Bruce Springsteen's been pretty political the whole time.
I still love his music, his old music.
I mean, it's just about them. Basically, they sent this poor guy over to Vietnam to fight the Viet Cong, Sam. And
it's never been so overt, though.
And how he comes back and, like, ain't got nothing for him when he gets back. Like, I mean, I feel like it was pretty out in the open that he was anti-war.
Yeah, but being anti-war, I mean, that's one.
That was pretty woke back then.
Well, yeah, but now he's put out like an anti-ICE song. Apparently, I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm assuming it's really cringe.
I didn't even know he had a voice left.
It seems like it would be really hard as an artist to put out a song like that and it not just be like criticized.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like it just, how do you put out a song like something you believe in? That's fine. But with it out sounding just completely corny, you know? You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Like it's been done. Like,
Where Were You in the World Stopped Turning?
Oh, yeah, that was a good song.
But that wasn't divisive. That was everybody on Team USA.
There's been a
Brad Paisley and LL Cool J, Accidental Racist. That's also an iconic, unifying banger. Brad Paisley and LL Cool J.
Well, that's obviously not a
Accidental
real song.
Racist.
But
we're in the line that LL Cool J at the end says, if you forgive his do-rag, he'll forgive your Confederate flags, and you guys can be bonded.
What are the best political songs?
Born in the USA. Although it then got used as like our Olympic song, so I don't think it really hit the mark there.
You had the Seals and Croft, the there's something happening here, that like the fights in the streets of LA. That's a really famous song. That's a good. What's the name of that song? My brain's not working very well.
Yeah,
today.
You seem like you're in trouble, brother.
Yeah, I'm struggling, man. I think it's this right eye that's giving me troubles. And I think
it For What It's Worth?
Yeah,
Buffalo
for what it's
Springfield?
Buffalo Springfield. What am I thinking?
I think it's that chicken patty.
Yeah. No, the chicken patty's the only thing keeping him alive, Sam.
Yeah, I don't know what's going
Greatest
on.
song is Fortunate Son.
The breading is
Fortunate
eating his
Son.
brain right now.
Yeah.
The U2, they had the song about the troubles. Bloody Sunday, Bloody Sunday. I mean, that was
that's a good submission. Yeah. But the Buffalo Springfield, that's the one that Bubba said that's a very political song, but I feel like it would be at the top of the list.
I just think about
Also Levitating by Dua Lipa.
I just think about Sinead O'Connor, like her
What's
SNL
political
performance.
about that?
Sam, send us to break. We'll get Cody
the
some
Zombies. That one.
Zombies, yeah. Cranberries.
99
Miley
Red Balloons.
Cyrus.
Yeah, the Cranberries. Zombie by the Cranberries. Yeah, it's not the Zombies.
Yeah, anything by Rage Against the Machine.
I never liked them.
Bootlicker. Let's go to break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Auburn.
I think I'd take Tennessee if I thought it was going to be 8.5. I think I'll take 5.5 and take my chances.
I mean Auburn to cover, not
right.
Yeah, I think our boys will get it done, but
I guess in my head I'm thinking of an 8-point win here.
It's going to be close. I mean, it's going to be a tough game.
I'm not 100% convinced it'll be close.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't think Auburn's necessarily earned that benefit of the doubt just yet. We've seen them go on the road and have some stinkers.
Would you rather watch the boys lose to Auburn or listen to that Springsteen song 100 times
in a row
on repeat?
Springsteen doesn't do it for me, but I'm not signing up for the boys to lose.
So you'd listen to Springsteen?
I'd listen to it 100 times. That's what? I assume the song's like 3 minutes, 4 minutes?
4 minutes.
So 400 minutes of action.
So
that's like what, eight hours
that's
basically?
A long time.
7 hours.
So you would listen to that Springsteen song for 7 hours before you would take a loss?
Yeah.
So if I guaranteed you a win over Auburn, you'd do it?
I'd listen to it for 7 straight hours. I mean, don't get me wrong. It'd get on your nerves. It'd drive you damn near crazy, but
that's all you can do.
There's people, all I can do.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't do like any work.
No,
I just have to sit here.
You can't just have it on in the background.
Oh,
you have to sit here with your phone and just sit at this
and
desk
actively listen to it for 7 hours. That's a little bit different. Now, if you told me I could just listen to it while I'm doing other stuff,
and you got to do it naked.
Can I drive at least?
You can drive, but you have to be naked.
Can I have a blanket?
No,
it's cold.
You can have socks,
and I don't want to get my naked body on my car seats. I just don't feel like that'll be good for anybody.
I mean, you're the only one that drives it, right?
Yeah, but
you can put a blanket down on the seat.
Okay, thank you. But then I'm just sitting there. I'm a grower. It's like it'd just be awkward just driving around. I don't know. If anybody saw me, they'd write bad stories about me. Like, you know what? The loss to Auburn's not that bad. They're a good team. I think I'd lock in the loss to Auburn.
What's that, mommy? Son, that's a grub worm wearing a turtleneck sweater.
I think I'd take the L to Auburn in that case.
Yeah.
Now, if I had to watch Stephen Pearl celebrate in Knoxville afterwards or something, like, because like if they win, like he's gonna do something really cringe if they win.
Just driving around naked, listening to Bruce Springsteen's Ice song,
He's
anti-ice song.
going to talk about a barbecue that he's going to have for all his boys.
He's going to do something. He's going to be standing on a table screaming like he was last year at some point, or he'll be talking about how it's his city. Like something cringe will come out of Stephen if they win this game.
I need Rick Barnes to throw hands with the guy.
Rick Barnes is an old man. Stephen would beat Rick up. Rick can't fight. Rick's an old man. And that's no disrespect to Rick.
But if you get Slick on him, or a couple of them other assistants.
Slick looks like a guy that would stab somebody.
Slick and Polinsky.
There's just not a lot of beef on that basketball program anymore, on that coaching staff.
Slick and Polinsky, they're not fighters, but they're the kind of guys you don't want to see in a back alley.
I think that new guy we got's got some beef to him.
Okay.
Amaro Morgan.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, whenever I'm picturing the staff, I'm just picturing Barnes, Slick, and Polinsky when I said that. So, like, now Barnes 20 years ago, the Barnes that tried to fight Dean Smith, I'd take him having a chance against Steven. But Steven's in shape. Steven's fit. He's a young lad. I don't want him to beat up Rick. That's not.
Yeah, we'll see how fit he is when Slick takes that baseball bat to his left knee. I bet Slick wears a grout fit. You make fun of my grout fit. I bet that's what he's wearing on Saturday morning.
No,
Have you ever noticed how much water our coaches are drinking?
It's healthy.
I always find that funny. Our coaches are out there in their sweatsuits, and they're courtside, and they're always drinking those bottles. Polinsky especially, he's just down in that water, just drinking all that water, like he's playing or something, you know? I know he's just trying to be healthy, but I feel like he drinks a ton of water when he's sitting there.
I would like to experience a game day like that as a coach and just feel like how draining it is. Because, I mean, like an 8:30 tip, I know we make fun of Mick Cronin and him crying about it, but like an 8:30 tip, I don't know what the hell you do because you got to keep the team focused. But, like, I imagine you get together and still start doing stuff in the morning because you don't want any outside distractions. Like, I'd imagine you still do the team hotel.
Didn't Rod Clark have that story that, like, pregame Rick Barnes was playing Golden Tee with the coaches on the staff?
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah, we do all, we feel prepared. Like, we don't have to do last-minute preparation. We're pretty loose before a game.
Was that for like an SEC tournament game or just like a regular season game? Or do you remember when that was?
I can't remember what the context was, but I kind of feel like I remember it being like a kind of big SEC game, and Clark was kind of nervous, and he was like, hey, let's play some Golden Tee.
Well, I mean, I do appreciate that if that's the case from Barnes because, like, hey, I've done this for 40 years. I know what the hell I'm doing. And, hey, like, we are doing all the scouting. There's nothing, no last-minute changes, nothing we need to go through. We've done the preparation. It's up to the players to play. Maybe that's how they get down. But, like, I still imagine they get to the office at, like, 8 a.m. So, like, I do feel like it's still probably a pretty long day.
Morning shoot-around.
Yeah, and still pretty exhausting, I mean, for older people to be around. So I imagine you talked about them drinking water. Hell, I bet they need to stay hydrated. I bet they.
Yeah, Barnes, I remember writing a story on that last year with I can't remember who the coach was. You said it was Rod Clark.
That's the one that just came to mind, but I can't.
There were some other quotes in there. I wouldn't even know how to find it, but there was some good stuff in there about basically talking about how loose Barnes is around like game time. That's when he's at his. Or there was some reporter or something. It was like a Sweet 16 game. It was like before the NCAA tournament, and you'd think everybody would be on edge, and Barnes was just like, hey, you want to come in here and throw some darts? That's not what he said, but something like that,
Dari Nokwa asked Rod Clark how the Vols coach Rick Barnes adjusts to the tournament. Does he tighten up? Does he loosen up a little bit? Writes Cody McClure.
Oh,
I wish you guys could come in our locker room before certain home games. I remember my first year working for Coach Barnes and being a part of his staff. We had a game. We might have been playing Kentucky. I forget who we were playing.
Yeah,
but it's like 10 minutes before we go out on the floor for the game, and he's in the back playing Golden Tee, the arcade game. I've never seen anything like it. I'm sitting here like, man, is this guy serious? We've got a game coming up. And he's like, come here, Rod. Hey, $5 on this shot. I couldn't believe it. Barnes had told him he'd been coaching so long, and there was no reason to be tight when you're prepared. Since I've been with him, he's always been like that, Clark added. Our preparation is our preparation. When we're in practice, we're going to be extremely intentional, extremely detailed. When we're in scouting, film, breakdown before the game, it's extremely detailed, super locked in. But when it comes to the game, man, everybody loosen up. Let's just do what we do. Our guys carry that same approach. When you get to the tournament, when you get to tournament time, I'm just going to keep reading Cody's work here. When you get to tournament time, everybody's competitive juices are flowing and everybody's loose and everybody feels like this is where we're supposed to be. So let's go out there and do what we're supposed to do. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
That was the only good quote, was the Golden Tee part.
Well, I know everything I wrote was quotes, but
yeah,
like that's the only one that stands out.
That's all it is, though.
About Golden Tee or what?
Or just that's all the quotes in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he talks about, I mean, there is a little bit later, he talks about Jemai and Zakai and just says, we've been through a lot of war with those guys.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, coach is not tight by any means. He's as confident as ever when we go into those games.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I don't know how I would even find that, Cody says. All I got to do is Google Rick Barnes, Golden Tee, Tennessee, and boom.
Well,
second thing that came up.
I don't know.
First thing that came up was Rick Barnes talking about it in 2019 to ESPN. Let's see what he wrote there. Golden Tee. I love Golden Tee golf. That's mine, Rick Barnes says. Of the game, he frequently and enthusiastically challenges his players.
It's a good game.
I don't think I was ever good at it. But it does feel like it's kind of similar to just the concept of the PGA golf game. You just go down and back, right? But with that one, you spin the ball. You can keep spinning the ball too, right? And getting the spin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it.
You think they have one of those like in the arena?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not like in the arena, but like in the practice facility somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got one in his office too. Like maybe like down there in the locker room. I don't know. I guess it would have to be. If you're saying you're doing it 10 minutes for the game, it'd be funnier if he was like over at the practice facility, having to run back over.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to miss tip off.
Maybe it's just a lot of video game playing. Maybe a game day as a coach at Tennessee isn't that bad.
No need to go into it with high stress, Go in relaxed. You feel better.
Well, luck is what? Opportunity meets preparation. Make your own luck type of thing. I mean, that's what people say. Like, so I mean, like,
is that an equation?
I think it's just a saying of like you have to be prepared for when the opportunity comes up. That's what people consider lucky. Is just you consider things lucky, but really like the person that gets lucky has been preparing for it for years, and they finally get an opportunity to show it, and then boom, they're ready to perform.
So what's the equation?
Luck is opportunity meets preparation.
The only one.
Do you understand the concept?
No, the only one I ever learned was assets are equal to liabilities plus equity. That's the only one I remember.
Hour 2 of the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. I'm happy to announce that our free stump grinding promotion for Fan Run Radio listeners is now extended to March 31st, 2026. If you've got trees in your yard that need to come down before they fall on your home, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes and mention you heard our ad on Fan Run Radio, and we'll get rid of that problem tree for you and grind those stumps for free. Call us at 865-384-2012 or check us out online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Oh, buckle up. It's Friday, hour 3, which means my boy Maddie's here. Maddie, what's up, brother?
How we doing? I'm happy to see our good friend Cody back in his chair.
You talking to me?
I am talking to you.
What'd you say?
I'm happy to see you back healthy and in the chair.
I'm happy to see you back. I don't know how healthy I am. I think I had a stroke this morning. My brain's not working today. I'm stroking out, Maddie.
Maddie was in your chair last Friday. He did the whole show with us.
Really?
There were legitimate concerns that I was going to be a permanent replacement. So it's.
Well, hey, some might say that would raise the entertainment value.
Right.
A lot of people are tired of me, Maddie. I've been in this chair for a long time. A lot of people want some
fresh meat. If it makes you feel better, I got my fair share of hate that day too. So
did you feel vindicated though on Wednesday watching Bronny James and mop-up duty come in and score 7 points?
I did when I watched Tennessee and I saw Bediako be the best player on the court.
The best player on the court? What are you talking about?
I'm just telling you. We said how he would play. And I was correct.
What did you say? He was going to score 20 points.
I said per 20 minutes. He didn't play enough minutes. I said he said.
Whoa! How many minutes did he play?
I remember I looked at it.
He got close to 20 minutes there, Maddie.
And he had 12 points. I was correct. You got
12's not 20. What do you mean you were correct?
I said per 20 minutes. I didn't say 20 points.
I understand, but I'm saying I think he played 20 minutes in that game and scored 12 points.
Yeah, that would make me correct.
25 minutes.
He played. You said per 20 minutes he would score 20 points.
No, I don't think I said 20 points.
What'd you say?
I think the bet was over under 10 points, and I was correct.
I don't think that's the case at all.
I think it was.
I think the over under was 16 points. Because
you
said I said 12, you said 20. And he's like, we'll do per 20. He played 25 minutes. He scored.
Cody, this is what you missed. This is.
Well, this is what happens to me. You say something, but then he circles back to what you said.
With a bad memory.
No, I remember and hold people accountable for what they say, and they try to lie about it. I'm like, no, that's not what you said.
You
Sam,
have
you
to
were
make
here.
sure if you say something, every word is exactly what you mean.
I'll
for
get
it to
the
be.
receipts.
So your big claim was that he was going to be the best player on the court and score 12 points in 20 minutes. That was your big claim?
I think I was saying he was going to be one of the better players on the court.
Now he's one of the better players. First, he was going to be the best player. Now he's one of the better players.
I'm not trying to backtrack. I'm just saying that if you go back and you look,
He airballed a 2-foot shot by 1 foot.
That's
Matty.
nice. So did Jaime Jaquez Jr. last night.
And then he fouled. Who? He's played at UCLA. He's at Miami now. Playing for the Heat.
So
what's his name?
Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Okay. You probably called him Jamie.
Yeah.
You probably called him Jamie Jaquez.
Jamie Jaquez.
Mistook him
Triple
for
J.
somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good to see you, Matty. Looking
be
forward to
back.
the hour with you. Cody, give us the headlines. We got a lot of news to get to.
Thank you, John. Lindsey Vonn has crashed in her final downhill race before the Olympics Friday, and she has been airlifted from the course. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it just be the snow mountain?
Well, they call it the course.
She's been airlifted from the snow mountain for medical checks, a troubling turn for the 41-year-old U.S. skiing star. Just a week before the Milan Cortina Games, Lindsey Vonn crashes.
Hopefully she's okay.
She's not. She's been airlifted to the hospital.
It says they airlifted her for...
She's obviously not doing well.
Well, they just said they airlifted her just for medical checks.
I don't think you get airlifted just out of precaution, do you?
Do you know where they're at in those mountains?
Yeah, they're up in the middle of nowhere.
To get to the hospital.
Switzerland.
To get to the hospital, I'd imagine they do airlift you.
Yeah,
Did they airlift you just to take your temperature?
Well, no, I'd say to check her vital signs and check her, whatever. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but
I mean, she's clearly
just because she got airlifted doesn't mean she's on life support.
When was the last time you got a physical?
They're going to pull the plug on her.
A long time, Matty.
Last time you got a physical, did you take a Blade helicopter there or did you drive there?
Well, no, but I live in the city and could drive to the hospital. She's on a damn mountain covered in snow.
Do you ever get?
And she's also an Olympian.
This video doesn't look like life-threatening.
But also, Lindsey Vonn's a badass.
You crash into the side of the Swiss Alps, Sam. See how you feel.
Lindsey Vonn's a badass and competed in the Olympics years ago with an arm sling on. She went down the mountain in a arm sling.
I know, but
she's a badass.
She's 41 now.
Yeah, but it does make me say that this is more interesting now. I'm more interested in her in the Olympics, knowing that she's going to have to battle through this injury.
Well, she's probably not going to be able to perform.
No,
I'm sure she's severely concussed. She may be paralyzed. She may never walk again.
Lindsey Vonn's did you not hear me say that she went down the mountain in a damn arm sling?
Yes.
She's not going to let a couple bruises keep her out of her last Olympics. She's going to perform.
Left limping and keeping weight off her left knee.
Now, if she tore her ACL, we might have a different story. If she tore her ACL, we might have a different story. But when I hear limping, I'm just like, I got banged up.
She's probably got a brain bleed.
This is an Olympic hero you're talking about.
Did you say this was during a practice run?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the worst thing to happen in Crans, Montana, Switzerland in the last 30 days for sure.
Name another thing that's happened.
Name one other bad thing that's happened.
Just another thing that's happened there.
The Von Trapp family had to sneak there during The Sound of Music. That's where they had to get to when they were trying to flee to Austria. Won't you read a book or watch a movie?
Right.
I'm on a real Sound of Music.
There's some tennis going on right now. If anybody cares about that.
Yeah, I care. We got
Djokovic ended Sinner's reign to play for 25th Slam, and also Alcaraz outlasts Zverev.
So we get
in a
we
5-hour match.
We get what the people want. Alcaraz versus Djokovic, as you called him.
Yes.
Sinner, man, if you can't beat old man Djokovic by this point, brother, is why I can't take him fully serious.
He cheated to get to the semifinal anyway.
Who?
Sinner.
How did he cheat? You just mean like with the steroids and stuff?
He
and
was
all that?
cramping, and then basically with the extreme heat, he convinced the stadium to close the stadium basically, and it was like a hour delay or something, and he got IVs and treatment and all this stuff.
Well, that's gamesmanship. So I won't say he's cheating or not, but that does seem like a good advantage. But on the flip side, I don't know if you saw, Djokovic was down 2 sets whenever his opponent had to medically retire. So he was down 2 sets getting ready to get eliminated, and his guy got hurt and just had to quit. And that's the only reason Djokovic got to advance. So,
probably what Sinner should have done.
Yeah. And for Djokovic at that age to win a marathon 5-setter against, the second best player in the world,
we need Jackie Boy back in here to do a little recap.
Don't worry, I've been getting my tennis news from Jackie Boy.
Apparently, Alcaraz also stopped his match with Zverev or whatever because he was cramping, and that guy was just pissed. He was like, "This isn't a reason why you guys are just catering to these two players, basically."
Interesting. I need to look into that.
But I remember Jack saying that Zverev guy is kind of a douche.
Yeah, he pulled out 10 rackets.
But that was his boy.
10 rackets.
Who pulled out 10 rackets? Carlos?
No, Zverev.
Oh.
What about 10? He had 10, which is more than any other player in the tournament per match. And he apparently, I forget how many he used, but he just kept going back to them after every lost point or set. It's ridiculous.
I like watching Alcaraz and Djokovic play. I imagine Alcaraz will
Cody, I
beat him
assume
and win.
you have some news on the women's side, too.
What? The women's tennis?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh.
What happened?
No,
I don't know any women's tennis players.
I just thought
since Serena retired.
Since you would do headlines, you maybe would give some love to the other side. But
Coco Gauff, that's a name, right?
Yeah, she lost, unfortunately.
Anna Kournikova, Maria Sharapova, Serena Williams. That's all I know.
What do you make of the controversy surrounding Coco Gauff now?
I think Serena had a sister too, Venus. Yeah, that's all I know. Literally, I couldn't name it.
You know Sabalenka?
No, I don't.
No, he doesn't.
Really?
No, he doesn't.
I have no idea.
Wow. What do you make of the Coco Gauff controversy? What's your take on it?
Well, things get political, and you have to get past that as an athlete.
Sure.
And, make your stance known, but really show them what it's all about on the clay or whatever type of court you're playing on.
Okay. But what do you make of the recent Coco Gauff conversation and speculation? And
sometimes you got
controversy.
You got to fight through an injury.
Uh-huh.
You got to, if you have some adversity, you just got to keep pushing.
This is sad. I need you to lock in. We got challenged.
I'm trying to read the news.
I don't know if you heard yesterday. The Drive's challenging us to come play sports trivia down at Barley's in a couple of Thursdays. Show versus show versus show.
That's cute. You remember what happened last time we played sports trivia? You and me, we went did we miss a question?
I don't think we did, but
I don't think we missed a question.
I think they already got a win under their belt too, though. So we got it. And Russell did kick both of our ass in trivia. Now mine
he got lucky.
Mine I think is under dispute because Miles, one of the worst producers we've had here, and it was by far the worst trivia guy we've ever had.
That's a personal friend.
The worst trivia guy we've had by far.
That's a friend of mine.
Just completely catered the questions to Russell, but. I need you to lock in on the
in Miles' defense, they were UT football questions. Something you should know a lot about too.
Yeah, but sure, they were all mostly centered around Russell's his formative years and before I was alive. Just to also be fair.
Yeah, they were kind of Russell skewed, but I don't think Miles would have known that really. But so
Coco Gauff
scale.
Huh?
The Beaufort scale.
The Beaufort scale. So the Coco Gauff.
What happened? Something to do with
people are talking about her because a fan recorded she lost, and as she's walking back into the tunnel away from the TV cameras and everything, a fan was taking a video of her just absolutely smashing her racket and being mad.
Oh, she was showing too much emotion.
Yeah, and people are like, oh, this is she's unhinged, or oh wow, there's no place for this in tennis, and be a lady.
Athletes get frustrated. Now, I will say, as a former varsity athlete, we were not allowed to throw our helmet or anything like that. If you got caught throwing your helmet down in a fit of rage, you had to go run a mile.
That was probably more so though because your school probably couldn't afford to buy replacements.
No, we had good equipment. That's not what it was about. But it's a respect for the game in a way. It's like it's just and it might be an antiquated approach to things. I don't know, because sometimes you get frustrated. But I do remember that if you threw your helmet down, you had to run a mile. So maybe Coco Gauff should have to run a mile for breaking her tennis racket. But she ain't got a coach, right? Because she's a tennis player. See, that's the thing about individual sports. I'm a team sports kind of guy.
She is a coach.
Yeah, but a tennis coach is not a real coach, Matty. Let's see. Kennesaw State. Speaking of coaches, what do you make of these comments from the Kennesaw State basketball coach? His team got caught. They were some of the guys that got bribed.
Sure.
And got caught up in the cheating scandal with the betting.
The gambling. Yeah.
He says to these gamblers, you're being a predator and you're reaching out, getting dudes to mess up. there's a lot of dudes that you feel bad for because they got a long road ahead of them, because in the dark, a grown-up reached out to them and led them down the wrong path. So he calls these betting guys, these gambling sharks, calls them predators.
Well, I do think that's accurate. You don't? I mean, they're targeting. They're probably at this point targeting guys on lower schools that ain't making any money and saying, "Hey, you want to make some money?"
Well, when he says the part about a grown-up reached out and led them down the wrong path, like, I know you're not a full adult when you're, 18 to 22, really. I mean, but you can be manipulated probably, especially by money, but like they're old enough to know what they were doing. It's not like they were.
No, but I mean, legally, sure. But like, no, you're a lot different at 19 than you are at 40.
Yeah,
so like,
definitely.
I don't consider those players to be grown-ups. Adults, sure. Grown-ups, no. They're not fully grown adults.
No, but they were old enough to know.
They're old enough to know better.
That they're taking money for these betting rings and that they shouldn't be doing
They
that.
probably also didn't know what was at stake, though. They probably didn't fully realize that they were looking at, like, big prison time.
Yeah, and if you put yourself in those shoes, like if somebody offers me, $35,000 or whatever for just to shave a couple of points here and there, I mean,
you definitely would have been more likely to do it at 19 than you would have been at 35, though, probably.
Yeah,
or 40.
You could be swayed.
Might be the only part of the NIL era that you could make an argument for and say it's taking away players' ability or maybe need to point shave or take bets or take a dive because they don't need the money.
At big schools, sure. At Kennesaw State, no.
Right, sure.
And then you could also say, Maddie, like at Tennessee, use them, for example, or Auburn or whatever. Like, there is still a hierarchy on the team in terms of money. And the eighth guy making $30,000 a year, $40,000 a year, that's great for them. That's great compared to what they used to. But if you're looking at Nate Ament making $4 million a year, you're still going to have that jealousy and still maybe be a little bit susceptible to wanting to make some extra cash. But it is nice that, there should be less.
Who's the eighth player on our team?
Amari Abrams, Amari Evans. I mean, one of those guys. Like,
something needs to be done about these predators reaching out to these young dudes in college basketball who don't have a lot and dangle this money in front of their faces, says the Kennesaw State coach. Hooty hoo.
Hooty hoo.
A cafe owner in the Bay Area has been bullied online and forced to shut down her shop because of Reddit users who bullied her because she was selling a $22 grilled cheese.
Another win for Reddit this week. They saved Kanye West's mental health, and they successfully bullied this woman for selling a $22 grilled cheese.
The woman's sandwich shop in San Francisco called The Farmer's Wife has been struggling after a viral Reddit post where they called her out for selling a $22 grilled cheese.
Do you remember how mad you got when you went and bought that big sandwich in California?
In Texas?
Oh, okay. I thought it was California.
Oh, I
Texas.
remember. Yeah, it was Texas. Yeah.
Don't you wish
they gave me that little half-ass,
Yeah, for like $15 or whatever it was.
Oh, boy, was I mad.
Don't you wish you had an army of Redditors behind you that would have publicly shamed this sandwich
shut
up?
them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do wish that those people got shut down. Her menu also featured a $34 steak and egg sandwich and a $30 club sandwich.
Okay, so I have a good question for you.
Salad.
Do you think that's a matter of her being overpriced because it's either that good or that's how she priced things? Or do you think because it's California, particularly that area, that's what the going rate is for those kinds of things?
As someone who has lived in California, Maddie, a bit of an expert I am, things out there do cost more. They are expensive. And from what I read, but it's got to be bad if people who are used to overpaying in a place like San Francisco for everything are still calling you out. It's got to be pretty egregious.
Do
right?
I think there could be a sandwich worthy of $22 that's billed as a grilled cheese?
Yes.
Sure. But I also think that if she's going with a very basic, hey, here's just some bread and some melted cheese. And
well, I will say in the comments, people who said that they ate at her restaurant, that it was like the toppest of the top ingredients.
Okay.
Like she was trying to make food into an art. She was one of those people, and like, so it was good. It's not like she was selling you a Kraft single on white bread.
Okay, well then I don't necessarily have a problem with this, especially if she's billing herself as, a bougie restaurant.
Well, they bullied her out of existence. So
Well, she might not need it. She might have just been doing
she
it.
probably made enough money selling $22 grilled cheeses.
Yeah, the margins were high, and she's like, you know what? I'll go back to be a farmer's wife and go back to the farm. I'm good.
Do you guys think you've read more words off books or menus in your life?
Books.
Menus.
Books.
I read Salem's Lot. That's a really long book.
I read The Goblet of Fire by Harry Potter.
That's also a long book.
That one's long.
I haven't read a book since 2016.
You haven't read a book since 2016? You haven't had to read one book for school?
Maybe. I didn't read it.
Do
I haven't
you
read
buy
a book
textbooks?
since 2016. I have not studied for an exam or any kind of test since the ACT. True story.
This damn generation, these kids are falling behind.
No, it's
COVID.
How much have you read off ChatGPT?
ChatGPT is helpful. Sure.
That's a shame. You guys shouldn't be allowed to do that at school. Especially, Sam, if you're including textbooks in this. To me, it's not even close.
No. Just regular books.
Just regular books. It's still, for me, books.
It's got to be books.
To Kill a-
Think about
To
all
Kill
the
a
reading you
Mockingbird
did
was
as
the
a
last
kid.
book I read.
How much can you really read on
Think
a
about how many
menu?
times you've ate in your life.
Look, I've read a lot of menus, but I'm not like reading it. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of reading the headline. Oh, chicken cordon bleu. Oh, okay. Barbecue sandwich. Like
you still, like Cody's saying,
you're through that menu at Cheesecake Factory a few times. That's damn near a book.
You're probably reading on your average restaurant visit, especially to like a new restaurant. You're probably reading 100 words. You know what I mean? Like 150 words at most. That's like one page of a novel.
You know what this is like?
You know what I mean? Like if you're reading like an actual book, like a big, like that's.
No, I mean, I understand what a book is. Yeah.
Well, no, but I'm saying like just if you're reading like
hardback or paperback.
Yeah, but I mean like the one page is equal to one menu. So like if you've read a 350 page book, that's basically 350 times at a menu at a restaurant. And like go to Waffle House, for example. I don't need to read the menu. I look at the picture. Oh yeah, I want that. Give me the eggs.
Tell you what you need to be
Chicken
reading.
fingers. Yeah.
What you need to be reading is the Holy Bible. That's what you need to be out here reading, making sure that you're living life the right way.
Sam, you remember the Wheels
I
Doors
tried
debate?
to read the Bible. Like I gave it a shot
It's just like that.
recently, and it's a tough read. I need to get one of those like translated for kids, like where it's it's not all the old language like thou,
Bible for babies?
shalt, and
Bible for
yeah,
babies.
something like that. I need like a lower reading level so I can understand it. Because really, it's not about the words; it's about the message, right? That sense. So some other news here. Despite rumors, Hulk Hogan is not expected to be in the Royal Rumble this weekend. Thanks to Nick for sending that one in. And
did you bet that one, or did you just read it off of someone sending it to you?
Well, Hulk Hogan's dead, so I think that one's okay. I think
it's factual.
He's got a pretty good idea of
he will not be in the Royal Rumble.
He's not going to be in the Rumble.
Did I tell you I went to his bar in Clearwater Beach?
I do think that the Saudis probably asked him to be in it because they probably didn't realize he was dead.
They probably pay for his hologram.
They probably killed him.
I think that was just a lot of years of steroids, brother.
I don't know. Who was more American than Hulk Hogan?
Bruce Springsteen. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account from Citizens National Bank, offering extra benefits including bank travel. This September, experience the perfect fall getaway on the New England Rails and Sails Tour, or join CNB in October to chase the Northern Lights in Iceland. Get in on the fun by calling 865-429-7935.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Cody, you say you want to talk some football?
Yeah, I had a couple things that I wasn't able to get to during the headlines.
Oh, wow.
Because of all the banter between the four of us.
Oh, wow. He's taking shots at you, Maddie. That was directed at you.
No, I'll never I'll never not like banter.
Okay, well, what do you got?
Well, Hollywood Smothers, you know that guy.
Yeah,
the running back.
Yeah.
He says NIL didn't really play a factor for him. He said, honestly, I just want to win, which is pretty damning for Alabama.
Well, it is, but he went to Texas.
Yeah.
Do you think Alabama fans would deep down think that they're in a better position to win next year than Texas is?
No, I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
But I imagine it's hard to swallow for Alabama.
If he went to Auburn.
Especially with all them boiled peanuts in their mouths.
If he had gone to Auburn.
That's a kind of an Alabama locals joke. It's real popular food.
There's like 5 people that chuckled at that. That's good. Yeah, Some people's like, oh, I get that reference.
You ever eat boiled peanuts? Doesn't seem like something you'd like.
No.
I've had them. They're quite nice.
Okay.
Bit of a delicacy.
I don't think it's offensive to look and say that Texas is in a better spot. I think we know that. Hell, you could argue that Texas is in a better spot than almost anybody in the country. They might be preseason number 1.
They probably will be. You know how the media loves Texas. The eyes of Texas are upon you.
Be careful.
Why?
Be careful.
Is that a political song?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. That's why the players.
Oh, yeah, that's racist, isn't it?
That's why the players are like, hey, we don't want to sing that anymore.
That's right. I forgot about that. Still kind of catchy, though.
And they kind of got, what's his name, fired. Tom Herman's like, yeah, we ain't got to sing this. And Texas is like, oh, yes, we do, brother. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. This here Texas, you son of a gun.
And then when Steve Sarkisian got the job, he said, we're going back to singing proudly the alma mater.
We're going to sing the eyes of Texas.
Yeah.
If you can't get behind it, your ass is out of here.
Yeah.
Another note that I had from On3 is all 10 conferences and Notre Dame preferred the playoff to expand next season, but it's staying at 12 teams. The reason, Brett McMurphy says, the Big Ten and SEC basically bullied their way into an agreement that provides them a lion's share of revenue and control of the format, and yet they can't work together because of their egos.
Well, I think the problem seems to be that everyone probably wants to expand to 16, but only the Big Ten wants to go to 24, right? Because the idea, at least the last proposal I saw, or last report was like, hey, the Big Ten's good with going to 16 as long as the SEC agrees to, like, in 2 years, go to 24.
And that's where they're at a standstill.
And I don't think You said what? All conferences and Notre Dame were in favor of expanding.
Everybody wanted to expand.
But I doubt everybody wants to actually expand. And I don't even think the majority of people want to expand past 16.
Right. And that's the problem, is that the Big Ten is throwing their weight toward 24.
And
Sankey said no.
And I don't want them to expand really to even 16. But I damn sure don't want them to expand past 16.
I wanted expansion this year on the off chance that we might make the playoff.
Maddie, how do you feel? 12, 16, 24?
12.
12.
There's no need. There's just no need. Once you get to 13, 14, you get the teams that are not going to compete. You get teams like TCU a few years ago or FSU. It's not worth it. They need to change the format of the inclusivity that they have of those 11 and 12, not create more spots.
Well, they are changing it, and they're guaranteeing Notre Dame a spot as long as they're in the top 12.
Absurd.
Here's the problem, though, for the SEC, which is what I'm concerned about, because that's the conference Tennessee is in, is that, as we've said many times, 9-3 is going to become the new 10-2. And how many spots, because of the cannibalization that's going to happen on a 9-game schedule, how many spots are we going to get?
Well, how much of that has to do with what Miami did this year, right? The 10 seed, you look at their losses, you're saying this team doesn't have a chance, and they go on to almost win a national championship.
Yeah, but they had to get into it first,
right?
And there were people arguing they shouldn't have been in, which is obviously they should have been. But
you can make an argument that their 10-2 was really a 9-3 kind of season because of the teams they lost to.
Yeah, it's just they were lucky. They were fortunate to get in. I wonder, had they been left out, what it would look like.
Guess we'll never know.
Well, I think it's a bad look for the SEC this year. And what I mean by that is it does seem like we in the SEC were like, okay, fine. We're going to expand the playoff. 16 teams are going to be in, maybe even more down the road. We'll see. But yeah, we're expanding the playoff. We're fine going to a 9-game conference schedule. That might screw Tennessee. That might screw some SEC teams this year because you're going to have a built-in loss, or at least an extra tougher game. You remove a Balt win and you put in a Texas inside Neyland Stadium, an LSU, or a trip to A&M, whichever one you want to look at as the extra game. That becomes much tougher to win. Every team in the SEC is going to have that.
Well, that's why I'm looking at this through orange-colored glasses because, like if it's a 16-team playoff this year, who knows what we're going to have at quarterback, but I think we feel pretty good about defense and the rest of the roster. So, like, 16-team playoffs, say we might have a 30% chance to make the playoff or, give or take, whatever. 12-team playoff, we're probably at what, a 10% chance?
Well, I am very interested to see how this happens moving forward because there's going to be a lot more 3-loss teams in the SEC than there were this year just because teams are playing an extra game against everybody. So that's another game that 8 SEC teams are guaranteed to lose.
Right.
Just by logic, you're adding an extra conference game. That means there's an extra, 16 teams. Half of them have to lose those games. There has to be 8 extra losses in the conference because of that.
That's right.
And that's going to make life tough on the teams, on the coaches, but also on the committee because you're going to get into, well, does that 9-3 in the SEC, where they're also playing, important to note, they're also playing an out-of-conference game, a tough out-of-conference game. The Big Ten, for the way they've beat their chest the last, 10 years about, hey, we play non-conference games. We're so tough. We don't do the Open School of the South Invitational in November.
We play Rutgers in Maryland.
We don't play Citadel in November. We play Purdue. Iowa. But but they don't have to have a power team out of conference game. Go look at Indiana's schedule. And I don't want to pick on Indiana because obviously they proved that hey, this model works and we're still good. But they haven't scheduled anybody, and they're not going to schedule anybody out of conference.
Why would you?
Most of these teams aren't going to. Tennessee is going to have to do that. Now, Georgia Tech, you could argue about how good they are, but Georgia Tech's better than Kennesaw State. They're better than...
Yeah, but, look at Texas. They're playing Ohio State.
Well, and Texas said moving forward, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They said, hey,
we already played in Ohio State, so we do want to get our return game. We do want to reward our fans, and we want to try to get our lick back. But after this, we might not schedule power teams anymore because there's no point in it, or at least good power teams. Like, yeah, hey, Rutgers, we're coming to you.
To Ohio State's credit, though, at least they're playing Texas.
Yeah, no, Ohio State,
which is not something Indiana's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio State, they're comfortable with it. They feel like they can go beat anybody, and that's good. Now, maybe Indiana in a couple of years will feel comfortable enough to do that, but like their non-conference schedule the last couple of years and moving forward is a joke.
Let's see what else we've got at a conference, because we got Georgia Tech, which is not an easy game, but it's not LSU's playing Clemson again. Auburn's playing Baylor again. Ole Miss is playing Louisville. Let's see what else. That's week 1. I'm sure week 2. I'm sure Alabama and Georgia are playing somebody. Oklahoma's playing Michigan.
It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, though, because like I said, you're going to have a lot of 9-3 teams, and how are you going to judge them? Alabama gets the return matchup against Florida State. Pretty good one to get.
Mm-hmm.
I don't anticipate Florida State is going to be as trash as they were this year, but still probably going to be a game that you feel comfortable about winning at home.
Looks like Georgia's not playing anybody because they have to play Georgia Tech. So
they said we're good. We're good on that.
They're not playing another.
Pretty smart by them, I would say, though.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing Western Kentucky and Tennessee Tech.
Pretty smart. Just saying, we're good. That's a pretty easy schedule at Georgia, it looks like. Man, they got at Alabama, at Arkansas, Oklahoma, Vandy.
When does Alabama play
Auburn,
Florida State?
It's like the third week of the year.
Oh, okay, week 3. I see it.
Yeah. They play Kentucky to start SEC play on the 12th, and then turn around and play Florida State on the 19th. Those are all the college notes you have, or did you have more?
I have one other thing. Vance from Georgia called Feinbaum yesterday and said that a tree fell through his house in his bedroom 10 minutes before his phone call. And when they had him on the line, they asked why he decided to stay on the line. And he said there's nothing he could do immediately about it. He said, well, I was on hold, and I thought, well, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do right now. So he was on the line with Feinbaum on hold, and he heard a tree fall through his house, and he stayed on the line.
I mean, he is right. What are you going to do?
He's like, well, there ain't nothing I can do right now.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it this second. So it's not like you can go pick it up.
Now he gets his moment.
Yeah. That's all I got.
I didn't find that one very interesting.
I thought it was kind of humorous.
If you just had to pick right now, how many 9-3 teams make the playoff? We've yet to see them in the 12-team playoff.
Is that true?
We haven't seen any at-large bids at 9-3. I mean, I don't think there's been any conference champions
Alabama,
at 9-3. 10-2.
Okay. Well, they had 3 losses, but they
lost the SEC championship. That's a little different. I'm saying 9-3.
So there hasn't been a single 9-3 yet.
You had, Alabama get left out because SMU played a close one with Clemson 2 years ago, but no 9-3 teams have gotten in.
Well, I mean, I assume we're going to see a couple of 9-3 SEC teams this year because obviously Sankey's got a lot of power.
We think he does, but hell, I don't know if he does or not.
Well, he's got enough power that the fact that him and the Big Ten, that they disagree about it, is holding everything up. Like SEC still has a lot of power. It's us and the Big Ten.
How many?
I'll say a couple.
2?
2
9-3 teams?
Somebody will still go 10-2. I mean, it just depends on how the schedule shakes out,
Sam?
Probably about 2 as well. I think it depends on the brand. I think you saw Texas is a 9-3 team.
Yeah, 9-3 Vandy ain't getting in.
Well, yeah. I know, but a 9-3 Texas. I mean, there's not a bigger brand than 9-3 Texas. And
I just don't think they were deserving this year. But when you add in another SEC game, I think that can change the math a little bit.
See, I don't know. Just on the sense of last year, a close loss at Ohio State. I don't know if there's any loss on their schedule this year in the SEC that looks better than a 7-point loss at Ohio State in week 1, right? I mean, is there anything they can do?
Which is why Texas, I totally understood their their argument of like, why would we? So we went to play Ohio State and Columbus.
Now maybe
we could have played Boston College. We'd be 10-2.
Now, if to Sam's point, I do think
10-2 if you didn't lose to a bad Florida team too.
Well, but also I think just by your logic, Sam, even if they lost to Ohio State and you switch that out with an SEC team, if you add a win, even if they lose to Ohio State this year and go 9-3, but you swap out a win against Sam Houston for a win against Missouri, maybe that looks a little better. I mean, I guess it would be Missouri on their schedule, but like they only have the 2 bought wins, so it'd be maybe there is a little bit to get them over the finish line, but I don't know if that would have been the difference in them getting in last year over. We'll throw in Notre Dame now because they'd have an automatic spot, but would they have gotten in over Miami? Hell, I don't know. Should they have? I don't know. Miami just went to the national championship, almost won it.
There should be another room for at least another at-large bid this year too, because like they're not going to let the James Madison thing happen again. Having both James Madison and Tulane in the playoff, I mean that was ridiculous.
Last call on the other side. We'll get Maddie's take of the week. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Last call here on the program. All right, Maddie, give me your take of the week. Let's see what you've been cooking up.
So I know that we're trying to get away from the NBA because, we're more of a football program here, but I do have an NBA thing today.
I'm completely fine talking about the NBA, Maddie. Yeah. I still watch it. Cooper Flag, Con Knipple went toe-to-toe last night.
Great.
It was awesome.
Yep. So I have 1.5. My first is the physicality of the Boston Celtics, particularly a play the other night with Jaylen Brown spinning into Onyeka Okongwu. I just loved the physicality on that play. And I think everyone's just being absolutely soft about him getting hit in the face. It was just absurd.
It was a dirty play, man.
I thought it was ridiculous. No, I'm just kidding with you. I just thought I'd
it was a dirty play.
No, that was I'll never support a Celtics player ever. That
I was about to be so mad.
And I'm an Okongwu fan. I love his physicality and his ability to rebound better than almost anybody in our division. But aside from that, Giannis, who's rumored to be on the move, potentially this trade deadline, if not in the summer, my prediction and take is that he does get moved before the deadline. I think there's more reason to move him now with the extension and the ability to, possibly get a deal done and not risk him being injured. He gets moved to one of two teams, Miami or Toronto.
Miami or Toronto. Miami.
Tough choice.
Just, an unfair advantage to just be able to recruit people to the beach.
Right.
But
and has the assets to do it.
That's a little bit of a stretch.
No, it's not.
I see what you're going for, Maddie. Those big booty Cuban women, huh?
I would say there's a lot of Greek women over there too, which appeases Giannis and Thanasis.
He's a married man. He's a loyal man.
Is he?
Well, he's not loyal to the Bucks, I guess. But
those Puerto Rican women that have a great ass.
I'd like for you to explain to me the assets they have.
So,
that's what
of the contending teams,
let's hear it.
Miami is the front runner in terms of assets. It's
not in terms of assets, but
starts with Tyler Hero, who was an all-star last season.
Oh, here you go. You can pay Tyler Hero $40 million a year. The guy that doesn't play winning basketball, that isn't a top player in the league, but you get a chance to pay him like a top player.
You don't have to pay him. He was an all-star last year, and he's under control. So that's one.
The big idea would be that he's from Milwaukee.
Also from Milwaukee.
He's from there.
Khalil Ware, who's been great and has some of the most upside in the NBA. Kasparas Yakuchonis, who was voted by general managers as the best pick at that point in the draft last year in terms of upside.
He's had a terrible rookie year. He's not an asset.
He's not had a terrible rookie year.
He barely plays.
He doesn't play 30 minutes a game like a starter, but he played 12 minutes last night.
12 minutes.
Incredibly impactful in his 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
He's 19 years old.
I understand how old he is.
Point guard from Illinois.
I know who he is.
Doesn't sound like it. So that's your three.
You're telling me 12 minutes.
He told you.
You think 12 minutes is
I think 12 minutes at 19 years old on the Miami Heat contending for a spot in the Eastern Conference playoff run is incredibly impactful. Yes. And I think if you watched him
for a playoff spot, everyone competes for a playoff
spot.
No,
I mean the top
there's 12
six.
teams
I'm not talking
trying.
about the play-in. Nobody wants to be in the play-in. And then, of course, you have the other assets of Wiggins and 2 or 3 first-round picks, depending on what you get.
Wiggins is still in the league.
And you're telling me that these are good assets.
Yeah, along
They're
with
NBA
these
players.
6-man of the year front runner, Jaime Jaquez Jr.
And by the way, you telling me that
Cody
Kasparas Yakuchonis is a good player is a flat-out lie. You can come on here and try to lie to other people.
I didn't say he was a good player.
You're
I
saying
said he has upside. He was voted.
You said he's been
number
playing
one.
and playing good, yada, yada, yada. That's what you said.
He has been playing good. You're not watching.
Been playing good?
He's been playing good
Been
for a
playing good.
19-year-old point guard.
So you keep trying to throw those caveats in. Been playing good.
Caveats are caveats. He's not an all-star. He's in his rookie
His
season
impactful,
at 6'6",
his
19
impactful
years old.
13 minutes last night, Cody. 0 points, 0 points, 4 fouls, 3 rebounds, 4 assists.
Okay, but was he moving around?
Minutes.
He was moving
Was he
around.
impactful?
The one before,
Defensively, he was
the game before,
impactful.
the game before against the Magic, the game they lost, 20 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. You can come in here and try to lie to other people. He has been a big, big disappointment.
Disappointment?
Yes, he has been a disappointment.
He's 19 years old.
That's fun.
He was
How old is Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple, Matty?
No, you're talking about a pick in the late teens versus a first or second pick.
I'm talking about assets. I'm not saying,
And
wow,
he's
good
up
for him.
there as anybody.
Claps for him. He gets on the court. No. We're talking about assets.
Not
Cooper
everything
Flagg
gets
had
seen
like
in a box
72
score.
points last night.
40. Not everything gets seen in a
49.
box score.
The guy's a bum.
Correct me.
The guy's a bum. And you're going to come to
the
me and
actual
talk.
number.
You're going to sit here and talk to me about Andrew Wiggins as an asset in the year of 2026. Tell me what good Andrew Wiggins would do for the Milwaukee Bucks, Matty.
He's one of the better two-way players in this league.
No, he's not.
He is.
No, he used to be. He's not.
He's one of the better two-way players.
When you say one of the better, what do you mean?
I would say you're referring to two-way basketball, ability to score the ball while also being able to defend.
First of all, two-way basketball is overrated.
Again, but that's the untrained eye.
No, it's not. No, two-way basketball is underrated.
That's what that is.
When you're getting paid to be a big-time player like he is, being the caveat of the two-way player means that he's not very good offensively, he's not very good defensively.
It also means you can put him on your best player. You could put him in rotation and have him help.
Put him on your best player in 2026.
Sure. It's sounding a lot to me like you've met your match when it comes to the NBA. This guy over here knows ball.
I know why, because you're looking at
Matty
the Atlanta
knows
Hawks.
NBA ball.
That is what it sounds like.
The Atlanta
that is
Hawks,
what it sounds like to a person that has no idea what's being said.
Yeah.
He's just saying it confidently.
Matty sounds smart.
He's just flat out wrong.
There's no move
he's just flat out wrong.
Atlanta could make that would make sense for Giannis because they're not going to give up Ricochet. They're not going to give up Jalen Johnson.
They would give up Ricochet 100%.
They
would give up Ricochet for sure.
Their ego's too big.
No, they would give up Ricochet for sure. But I just wanted to get that clear. So we got Khalil Ware, Tyler Hero, and Andrew Wiggins, and that's by far the best.
And Kasparis and
Ware sounds
Jaime
like a pass
Jaquez
rusher.
Jr.
Yeah, and that's by far. So you're going to trade 5 players. In what world would the Milwaukee Bucks take 5 players back? They want young players and assets. So the only young player you've given them is the idea of paying Tyler Hero $50 million a year and this 19-year-old point guard from Illinois.
And the rest of the audience that
This guy
doesn't
don't know what the
because
hell
this
he's
is a
talking
different
about.
market. We're in a different market. Let me just be a little bit more clear. Khalil Ware, who is a high trade target right now because of his upside. Kasparis Yakuchonis, who was voted
Khalil
by
Ware
NBA
is like
GMs.
if you took 2 pass rushers and combined them.
Maybe.
That's what it
Kasparis
sounds like.
Yakuchonis, who was voted by general managers
DeMarcus
as
Ware,
the
Khalil
best
Mack.
pick in the draft where he was drafted.
This is stimulating, Matty. Who do you take in the Jordan-LeBron debate?
Give me 1 second here.
Don't do that.
Give me 1 second here. Can you tell me on when those GMs voted on that?
At the beginning of the season.
Okay, before we actually watched the guy play?
Before the season.
Before we watched the guy play?
Correct.
And you think
You're
that
gonna
matters?
tell me you know about the guy's career 3 months into the season?
I think that
Are you a psychic?
I think what we've seen.
You have the ball. You're reading the ball. You know exactly what his career is going to look like 3 months into a season where a team only has 3 point guards and they're playing a fourth at 12 minutes a game.
But neither do you. The point would be
I watch every game.
And watching 3 months of him matters more to me than what the GMs voted on draft
he hasn't
night.
even played 3 months of basketball. He's played a month.
The season
He was
started
in the
in
G
October
League for the first 2 months.
That's even more to my point, Matty. Is that their first round pick had to spend a lot of time in the G League, Matty? That doesn't help your case that this big time prospect spending time in the G League.
That's how the NBA works.
No, it doesn't.
You're going to tell me Dalton Connect's not a good basketball player? He's spending all of his time in the G League?
No, yes, that's exactly what I'm going to tell you is Dalton Connect's not a good NBA player. That's 100% what I'm going to tell you.
Wow.
Yes.
You're telling me Dalton Connect is not an
1,000%.
NBA
I think
player.
everybody in the NBA is a good basketball player.
They are good basketball players, but not compared to other NBA players. And yes, I will 100% tell you that Dalton Connect is not a good NBA basketball player.
Really? I think
yes, really.
In the right situation, if Dalton Connect got traded to Charlotte last year, he would have been outstanding. He would have been outstanding. He would have been the best offensive player on that team with Con Knappel.
You're an idiot.
It's not an idiot. His ability to score the ball.
Dalton Connect's going to be a better offensive player than LaMelo Ball.
Without a doubt.
You're an idiot.
It's necked. It's necked.
He's not better than Bridges.
Bridges?
Yeah.
Yeah. If Bridges can stay on the court and stays out of jail.
Also another
checkmate.
Also another better two-way player than Andrew Wiggins. Get the hell out of here.
Bridges is a better two-way player than Andrew Wiggins.
1,000%.
Okay. You're not watching basketball. Clearly, you're watching the wrong team.
This guy should be on Inside the NBA.
Hey, Milwaukee, here's a chance to trade for Tyler Hero, who's a free didn't Matty tell me he's under control?
I'll leave you with
Tyler
this.
Hero's a free agent after
I'll
next
leave you
year,
with this.
dumbass. You're essentially making stuff up.
Hey.
He's a free agent. He's under contract for 1 more year, and then they're going to give him a big extension.
Oh,
So
there's an option. I believe there's an option.
there's not.
You might want to check that.
I'm checking right now, Matty. There's not. You're making stuff up.
He is extension eligible as well. Also,
sure, he's extension eligible. That doesn't mean he's under control.
When the Heat
made stuff up, you got caught.
When the Heat trade with Milwaukee, when it happens next week, just hold on. When the Heat trade with Milwaukee and it happens next week and Giannis gets sent to Miami, and it's this exact package that we went over today on January 30th. What's today's date? Friday, January 30th. I want a public apology that you were wrong because those are the guys going out in that deal, and it's one of the best packages out there right now for the contending teams getting Giannis.
I don't disagree that this might be the ultimate destination. I want to be clear on that. Just because I think if Giannis says, hey, I only want to go to Miami, he's going to get in Miami. That's how it works in the NBA.
That's how it worked with Damian Lillard, except it didn't. He went to Milwaukee because he requested Miami.
But he also didn't have it in him to say, hey, I'm only going to Miami. I'm saying if Giannis says.
Adam Silver said, you can't do that or I'm not going to let you play in the NBA.
Sure. But I mean, that's not exactly what happened, but either way,
pretty close.
If Giannis tells Milwaukee that he only wants to go to Miami and he ends up there, that's fine. That doesn't mean they have the best package.
Sure,
but that doesn't mean they have the best package.
I think of the contending teams, Miami is the best package right now. Maybe not except for Toronto.
Yeah, look at the history, too. I mean, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Shaq.
Alonzo, Bosh. Hardaway.
I mean, just for the record, the Hawks clearly have the best potential package.
Riley.
Yeah, but they're not going to trade those players.
I agree, but I'm saying we have the best potential package.
If they were an option, sure. There's a ton of teams. Houston would have a better package.
Who wants to play?
San Antonio would have a better package.
Just giving Milwaukee their own picks back would be better than what the Miami Heat can offer.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
They don't have to give any players. Just, hey, here's Rishad Shea and your picks back. Boom, that beats Miami's
without
package.
a doubt, but they'll never do that.
Well, that's fine, but you just sitting here acting like Miami has this package to blow them away.
Miami has the best package of the contending teams for Giannis.
And it was really dumb yesterday. The ESPN and the NBA was gaslighting me, telling me that the Golden State Warriors package was so good. Hey, here's Jimmy Butler with a torn ACL, and here's Jonathan Kuminga, who they didn't want to play for all year. Oh, take that, Bucks. Get the hell out of here. But he's going to –
maybe they could
I hope
do
he ends
like
up in Minnesota, personally, is what I hope.
Could do like a 3-way trade.
Yeah, it probably would be some type of 3-way trade.
They could try that.
Minnesota's been also linked into trying to get into the Giannis sweepstakes.
Good package, too.
This ain't got any picks.
I don't know if you want to go with streets.
Here's the opportunity to pay Tyler Hero $50 million. Milwaukee, how do you turn that down?
Mark my words.
He's under control. Never mind the fact he's a free agent next year, but
extension eligible.
That doesn't mean anything.
That means you can sign an extension for more years and more control. That's what extension means.
Well, yes, but paying somebody $50 million is that contract control means you're under contract.
Mark my words, Cody. You heard it.
I don't know what Inside the NBA is doing when Ernie retires, but I know who I'd be calling. You, Maddie.
Thanks, Cody.
Good to see you.
Always.
I do enjoy seeing Maddie. Good job by you boys. Talk to you Monday. The Tony Basilio Show up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the